All right, let's do this. Watching that loading screen, I'm like, wait, I have an SSD. Why is it taking so long? That wasn't too bad. Yeah, you always wake up on your home planet, right in front of a campfire. And if you go talk to this guy who was kind of helping you do your initial launch, there's our pilot, ready to get off this, or get rid this beauty off the ground. Hey, what can I do for you? And then you always have the same three options. You can say, you're lucky I'm in a time loop, because otherwise I'd be super dead. And you're lucky I don't have you grounded for medical reasons, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Tiny, ready to get off, huh? Oh, that's another good drinking game, Relentless. I like that. Although we could have so many Johnisms in like take a shot sort of scenarios, nobody would survive even a short stream. It would be impossible. Okay, so let's get back to our, one thing I haven't done ever since we've been resetting, I've never gone back over here. Like, what happens if I talk to the other folks? Do they have new things to tell me as well? Or is it going to be identical to the first time? I'm not sure. Like this guy right here. If we talk to him, hey, it's you. Slate said you've been blasting off in your ship today. I'm really excited to see the launch. Aren't you going to go into space? Aren't you? You better not have changed your mind. Oh yeah, see, we don't have anything new to say him. So I guess all of this is going to be identical. I was kind of hoping we'd have some sort of meta, I've already been to space and I got killed sort of thing, but no. So yeah, I'm still going. You better be. It's been forever since anyone launched into space. I really, really want to see it. Really bad. Hey, you want to try out my model ship? We've already done that, so we'll skip that. Yeah, me too, Relentless. Something about the way they shade everything, it definitely reminds me of Firewatch a bit. Which I loved Firewatch. That was such a cool game. The ending for Firewatch is very divisive. It's not super satisfying. But the experience, the discovery, I love the characters' banter back and forth. Like the first, I guess, 3/4 of Firewatch is one of my favorite games of that style. But then you really want something to happen, and it doesn't. And you can't not be a little disappointed. But I understand why they did it that way, as part of their plot. Okay, so as we're in the spaceship, we always gear up, put on our suit. And then over here, we can check our computer notes, which is what I was talking about earlier. This shows basically the different planets we've gone to and what we've discovered on each planet. And that's true, Tiny. I mean, it doesn't give you that happy fairy tale ending you're hoping for, but it is super realistic. And that's why I'm saying I can understand why they're going for. If you read reviews, most everybody seems to be disappointed in the ending, and I can understand that. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it. Okay, so I think, actually, before we start going back to these planets we've already been to, there's this big green planet I wanted to explore. So here's Timber Hearth. This is our planet right here. We've explored Brittle Hollow, the Interloper, which is like a meteor just kind of going around. The Dark Bramble, we've been there. We got killed immediately there. We've explored this Hourglass Twins a little bit. But this is the one I wanted to go to, Giant's Deep. We've never been to this planet before. Also, it looks like there's like a broken up ship kind of, I guess, orbiting it. I don't know what that's all about. We'll find out. And I think that's everything. So yeah, let's go check this one out. I think I'm able to, maybe I can't. I thought I could like lock onto the planets. Maybe I have to be in space to do that. So let's launch. Buckle up. And we have liftoff. This game's engine is really cool. You can go any place. It seems so seamless. There's no loading screens or anything. I really like it. Whoa! I almost launched directly into our moon. That would have been catastrophic. Okay, so now we're going to go here. Let's select this. Now, if I turn on autopilot to go here, I'm a little scared the autopilot's going to take me directly into the sun. So yeah, we're going to disengage autopilot. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no. I was too close already. I thought I had plenty of space. Nope. Don't underestimate the sun. The sun will gobble you right back. This is the saddest reconciliation of everything we did since we started. It's just like, you got in the ship, you launched, you nearly missed the moon, and then sun, dead. Which is kind of funny. That's actually how I started off the game the first time. I died on the home planet. I managed to jump into a waterfall and drown or something. Yeah, another innocent life claimed by physics. Darn you, physics. Okay, let's try this again. I mean, it was bound to happen, Relentless. It was pretty much exactly how we started last time. I'm actually not sure if I have to get in the suit first. We probably do. But he always takes off the mask, it looks like, when he launches into space. And we're cooked. You know what I need is another viewpoint. Oh, okay, it's right there. There we go. Let's lock on and start going here before the sun's in the way. I'll have much better luck that way. Oh, and I can see that. I think it's a spaceship that's broken apart, kind of floating around. We'll discover what that is. Oh, it looked like I saw some storms going on here. What if this is like a gas planet or something? I didn't think about that. Maybe we can't actually land here. Let's try going in. Let's see what we see. Oh my gosh, we're going in hot. We're going in hot. Oh dear. Oh, okay, yeah, I think it is a gas planet. What is going on here? Whoa, I did not expect that. Okay. I'm scared we're gonna die. Ouch. Okay, I'm in a storm. I think I broke our ship. What's going on? Okay, hopefully it's not so dismantled we can't repair it. I just need to land it. Oh, I can't see anything through the camera because I think we broke it. Okay, I think we've landed. Yeah, those storms did a doozy on me. Well, now what's going on? Okay, we've landed. Let's try to fix our ship. What is happening? Oh, that's cool. All of your lights are broken. Okay, we have to fix the landing gear. There we go. Repair the hull. Oh, you have to repair each little spot. I've never done this before. This is cool. How many other things are there to repair? Oh, I think there's that, maybe? Can we repair that? Oh, because this is such a big planet, I can't actually get any distance. It seems like gravity is so strong, I can't really get up high. Oh, we could repair the lights. There we go. Oh, I see something sparking over here. Oh, it's a little too high, I think. I can repair it a little bit as I'm flying. Just a little bit. Just it's not the most efficient way of doing it. Can I get up there somehow? I don't think I can. It's gonna work. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. We're at 80%, 99%. I think we got it. Okay. And to be fair, you're supposed to be doing this in space. That's true, not on the planet. I'd be scared going in space. I would just like lose track and start floating away and not have enough juice to get back. Okay, well, let's explore a little bit now that we're on this planet. The heck is that? This kind of reminds me of that bramble thing. All right, let's wander in here. Oh, ghost matter detected. Okay, so for ghost matter, you have to use your camera, which I think is on this photo mode. Snapshot. Okay, so we got to use this to avoid that stuff that we can see in the picture, that kind of like bright blue stuff. So I think I can go this way. I think this is safe. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, I don't see any more this way. That reminds me, I think in the past we saw on one of the other planets an area I wanted to go to, but it was blocked by ghost matter. I'm not sure how we can get past it yet. Maybe back on our home planet there's some information about how we can avoid it or get rid of it, perhaps? Okay, looks like that's a dead end. So I'm going to have to jump over to this. Hey, we got our oxygen tank refilled. Anytime you're near trees or anything that creates oxygen, boom, your tanks are refilled. That's really handy. Uh-oh, I see some more of that stuff up here. Okay, it's right there. Can I go around the side? Maybe? Yeah, looks like this will work. I don't know exactly what I'm going to or what I'm looking for, just exploring. Really what we are looking for, I think, is more alien writing, that kind of stuff. What is this thing? It's some kind of... It's like encased in like an amber or some type of thing. Can I get around to it? Oh. Whoops, got a little too close there. Okay. Can I get around it? There's more stuff there. I think I'm just going backwards now. Yeah, it's Cthulhu. Oh, crap! Oh, man, I barely stepped into that. Shucks. So that stuff is really, really toxic. I think I was only inside of it for maybe like 3 seconds total. It takes you out really quick. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe a better landing, maybe a better spot. So if we go really quick, I don't think I have to worry about the sun being in the way of the planet. We can just beeline it straight there. Yeah, because it's right there. That's sweet. It feels less like a video game and more like just a working simulation, I guess. The way everything is all connected like that. Yeah, died to ghosts while reading chat. That would be interesting. What if dark matter was ghosts? Like you're being haunted or something like that. Maybe we should check that derelict spacecraft first. I don't know if I can actually land on there, but we'll try. Kamashika, how's it going, Kamashika? Welcome. Happy Saturday. How's your weekend so far? Okay, it's like right there. So let's disengage. Port autopilot. What I want to do is link into that. Here we go. So let's do our best to try to land on this thing. Whoa, what the hell? It just disappeared. What just happened? I lost track of it. It's like right here. Did it get sucked into the planet? I'm like inside the planet's atmosphere now. I'm trying to get closer to it. Oh, here we go. Okay, now we're closer. Okay, is there a spot we can land? I might be able to land right here. Let's try this out. There we go. Okay, let's check this out. I say doing okay, but you're a little lost. You lost a little time to a surprise nap. Surprise naps. You weren't trying to nap. The nap found you. Oh, see, there's no real, what do you call it? Like gravity on this space station. It's floating in space, so are we. So we have to explore this pretty quickly. Can we get in there? What is this? This looks like it would teleport us somewhere else. I wonder if I can go in there. Oh, here we go. Nice. Oh, we found the entrance. Okay. Let's see. It's a cloaked Klingon bird of prey. Watch out for tachyon surges. Now, my parents used to watch Star Trek all the time. I watched very little of the original. I think I watched more of the Next Generation than anything else. But have Klingons been pretty much all of the different Star Wars or Star Trek iterations, or were they only part of a couple? Right, so we're just kind of fumbling around here trying to see what we can see. Okay, it looks like we need to launch our scout in there. They've been in all of them. That's cool. They're kind of like the one species that probably, besides humans, follows through all of them. Because I think a lot of them had unique species as well. Almost 4 a.m. You better get some sleep, Alex. Get some good rest. Thank you again for the raid. If you guys have not followed Alex Friesman, be sure you jump into his stream. Drop him a follow. I'd appreciate it. Really cool guy. Whoa, I launched that thing right out into space. I did not mean to do that. Let's bring it back. So what I'm doing right now is I'm shooting off this little drone, and I can use it to take pictures. So let's launch it right there. Now we can take pictures in this room I can't get to and see what we see. Okay, I think that's where we came through. So there's like an entire room down here. How do I get over there? Or no, maybe that is this way. Okay, let me bring it back. And let's launch it in there. Try not to hit the glass. Oh, of course, dude. You got it. Okay, now we're in that new room. What is in here? It looks like there's something growing. Some kind of vine? I don't know what that is. Okay, let's see if we can find a way in there. And Kamashika, the husband and you are currently doing a rewatch of Deep Space Nine because he and some friends have started playing the Star Trek RPG, and he's working on writing a campaign. Oh, that's really exciting. That's cool. I guess out of all the different Star Treks out there, which is your guys' favorite? Like Deep Space Nine, Kamashika, might be yours and your husband's? Okay, so this part right here, Next Generation, I mean, I gotta say that's my favorite, but I don't have a whole lot of experience, so I think it's my favorite by default. And Patrick Stewart, he's just awesome. Okay, so I'm floating around a little bit, trying to find another entrance, perhaps, but I don't see anything. I think I need to get back in there. I also got to watch my fuel. Okay, there was a couple of other ways to go. Where does this one take us? This might have been the way I came in. I'm not sure. No, this is something different. Okay. Oh, we're getting some music here. Oh, gosh. There's gravity all of a sudden. Okay. Oh, we're inside that area I think I was looking at. Oh, we need a tablet to put in here, and that's going to unlock some stuff to read. So let's look for that. Here we go. I found the Giant's Deep Projection Stone. So we use this, and this... Oh, so I don't know what this is exactly, but I think this is showing us what this looked like in the past, but I'm not entirely sure. I think this is what this area used to look like. And you like Next Generation best as well, Artho? After that, it's a bit of a give and take. Good parts and good parts and parts that could be better, of like pretty much all the other ones. And Taji, you like all of them. Voyager was your favorite for the longest time, but recently Discovery has taken over. What's the most recent one that's come out? I don't know if there's been one in the last couple of years, but I know there was like a lot of like Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I think they were on Sci-Fi Channel. It seemed like there was 3 or 4 of them all going at the same time. See, as soon as I leave that area, they're gone. Oh, there's a few of these different stones. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if I actually discovered everything that I found. That's a bummer that the Picard series wasn't too good. It should have been great. Now, when I'm in this, like, past vision, I'm assuming that's what it is, I cannot actually use any items that I have. I can't read with my little translator. But we might see some clues that might help us. I'm not sure. And Discovery, it's the streaming exclusive one. Oh, so that was the most recent one. Okay. And Kamashika also Next Generation, followed by Voyager. And Deep Space Nine has some unique characters you don't come across in other series. That's cool. Okay, so let's remove this. Drop it over here. Oh, here we go. There's another tablet thing right here. So what if I put this here? Does this work? There's a few tablets. So this is how we start to really get information about what's going on. We're going to translate this language. Okay, Cassava. I have bad news, Evans. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Tell Privet and Malo they should return to the cannon. My spouse and I will remain at the construction yard for now. So every time there's like a little thing highlighted in yellow, I think that also unlocks some new things for us to, I guess, connect together in our journal. An update. Malo and I will join you and Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Idea may feel responsible. Okay, so I think that's all the text there. So I think I can remove this. Put it here for now. And grab another one of those stones. I saw one over here. Here we go. This is the launch module stone. If I put that in here, do I get unique text? I've actually never tried that before. It is. Okay. Malo, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon, relatively speaking, we'll know the eye's precise location. And this is Avens. Cassava tells me he and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not, under any circumstances, to go above. I see. And I am right to think that, consequently, we'll be ignoring that setting? And then Avens, I can posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our natures, so I suggest we do. And then Avens, giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it can structurally withstand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. I'm surprised Eye of the Universe is not highlighted. And Malo, yes, the probe must travel as fast as it can, as far as it can. I'll make some adjustments. And then there was some more over here. Malo, the thoughts of concluding our elder's curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. It's cute hearing him talk like that. And Discovery and Picard were the entire reason you bought a year of Paramount Plus recently. There you go. Now you got access for a long time. Although now you binge through all those in Lower Decks, you're watching MacGyver reboot. That's cool. I forgot that they were making a reboot for MacGyver. Is it just as ridiculous about how he, takes some, like a toothpick and like some Elmer's glue and makes a bomb? That was the best part about that show. Okay, so this is different. I put the other thing in here, and now we're seeing, after it's already broken, we can see broken glass there. So this must not be as far in the past. Or could this be the future? I don't know. Yeah, because right now it's not broken. Did they come here and fix it? I'm not sure. Okay, that might be everything. I haven't watched any of the Stargate shows Fairy do. I remember watching the Stargate movie when that first came out, the one with Kurt Russell. I remember seeing that at the drive-in as I was a kid. Nothing on the backside there. I think we might have done everything here, but I've never watched any of the shows. I remember the movie I thought was kind of creepy in the beginning. Boom. Oh, so that changes our gravity when we touch these little things here. Okay. Can we walk in there? What is this? Yeah, you can walk on here. My gravity's all crazy. I'm trying to follow where this thing goes. Ah, there is a... Here we go. Let's get back on the ground. There's a ball here. We can usually use... I'm not sure what we use to do it, but we can kind of move these things around. Let's try to get this all the way through and see what happens. Oh, wait. There's a spot right here. What did that do? Oh, cool. I think this is showing us their spaceship that's orbiting. Before it was broken up, I suppose. So there's two separate things we need to check out. We are in this one right here. I don't think we've been in that little space station. And SG-1 is leagues better than the movie. Atlantis and Universe were not as good as SG-1, but still enjoyable. Yeah, I remember enjoying the movie, but I don't remember anything about it beyond that. I remember it was kind of like Egyptian, and there was like, those guys with those big kind of Egyptian-style heads, but they were aliens, actually, and Kurt Russell. That's about all I remember. Cannon aligned with randomly selected probe trajectory. Gravity field activated. And this says 11 minutes, 17 seconds ago. Request to launch probe received from Ash Twin Project. 11 minutes ago. That's interesting. Let me back out of there. Okay, so we plugged that in there. Let's try moving this to another one. Let's drop it in right here. Oh, it's a close-up of their spaceship. There we go. So do I do anything with that? Oh, each one of those unlocks some new things to read. I see. And you're just going to assume, Skywalker, that your son's new car seat was either stolen by USPS employee, which happens often down here, or they lost it. Wait, so Skywalker, does that mean it says delivered, but you haven't gotten it yet? That sucks. I've only ever had that happen once with Amazon, I think. Maybe twice, but one time it was like a Rock Band guitar, but it was the really fancy, like, Pro one that has, like, 50 buttons on the fret instead of, what, 5? And I don't remember how much it was, 130 bucks or something. And they were really cool about it. They sent me the next one, like next day air, didn't have to worry about it. So hopefully you can get that resolved quickly. I know you were planning on going to a game, Skywalker. That really sucks you couldn't do that. Okay, warning. Orbital probe cannon structure compromised during launch. Damage to multiple modules detected. Probe tracking module is receiving data from probe. Begin launch log. Orbital probe cannon. Launch request received. Probe launch successful. Well, I think I'm reading these in the wrong order. You want to start with the big one and then go down. So it looks like they were about to launch something, but then something bad happened. Something broke. Okay, let's take it to the next one. I think this is the last one here on this level. Oh, and this is showing the ship even closer up after things got destroyed. Oh god, no, why? Oh, I hit that little gravity thing. Let me change that again, my bad. I think I walked over this, which flips you upside down. There we go. Oh, that's cool. The original MacGyver plays O'Neill, which is O'Neill not MacGyver, but like one of his buddies or something. That's a cool callback. I like that. And SG-1 takes place a year after the events of the movie. It's a different actor playing O'Neill, but the series makes jokes about there being another O'Neill, with the difference being 1 or 2 L's in the name. I love those little callbacks, which it's not necessary to enjoy the new content, but for people that knew the old stuff, it's a fun throwback. Nice little Easter egg. Okay, orbital cannon damage report. Severe structural stress detected. Assessing damage to modules. Control module intact, no structural damage. Launch module, viewport window fractured. Module exposed to vacuum of space. Probe tracking module missing. Oh, maybe we have to find that and help put it back together. It looks like there's more things here to read, though, but I can't look at them. And all of these things seem to go into that water or whatever that is, but I can't do anything with that. And Skywalker, it was supposed to be delivered on Thursday, and they had no idea where it was. It says delivery status hasn't been updated since 3 a.m., and it still says out for delivery on March 26th. Oh, so since yesterday. That's not good. It kind of sounds like it was either, I guess, lost or snatched. That really sucks, dude. Hopefully Amazon can get you one really quick to replace that. And the shows aren't connected, just happens to be the same actor, but he's excellent in both roles. Oh, that's awesome. And just looking right now, Tiny, your mom asked you to make a wish list for your birthday, and you need to find things you forgot to buy yourself. Tiny, when's your birthday? That's exciting. Okay, so that was the end of that path. But you know what? I'm not sure if I actually read the notes on the last one. On the 21st. Oh, you only got less than a month until then, Tiny. How exciting. Oh, and that's a good idea. Yeah, with shipping times and stuff, having a bit more time makes a lot more sense, yeah. Okay, if I drop this in there... No, there isn't anything there. Okay, well, I think we placed all of those together, so that's cool. Yeah, COVID birthday number 2. I've only had one COVID birthday, because my birthday's in January. So you're assuming they just lost it, and I don't want to assume that anyone is a thief. Yeah, I mean, you want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, unless you have some proof, you know, or you know that likely so-and-so took it, which sucks. But yeah, hopefully they just lost it and you get another one real quick. Okay, well, I think I've explored everything in here. Let's, although I kind of want to play with these little things again in here, now that we've looked around this room a bit more. So this is after it got damaged. I wonder if I look at before it got damaged, if I see anything new that I was missing. So this is before anything happened, I believe. This is like way in the past. It looks like they're docked on a planet right now. This might be before they even took off. What I would like to do is grab that one right there, but I can't. Let's see. Me wasting my early 20s on the panini. Doesn't that... I mean, there's like... Honestly, like, I guess I'm happy that I'm not in school. I'm not doing a lot of that stuff during this pandemic because... I don't know. For work, it doesn't change a whole lot, to be honest. But if I was, like, in my formative years, kind of like, you know, hanging out with friends all the time in school and things, God, this pandemic would suck so bad. Really feel sorry for kids having to deal with this. Especially little kids. Like, they don't even really understand why things are the way they are right now. Okay, the major thing I saw was there was like these long walkways in the distance, but those are not here because we're in space. Okay, let's book out of here. Guess it doesn't matter which way I do it. There we go. I love all the different euphemisms for our pandemic panorama. Although in my early 20s, I was definitely going out a lot with friends and doing things that I would be missing for sure during these times. Oh, hold on. I didn't realize this. This little symbol is something I can translate right here. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button again. How do I translate this? I thought the translator pops up automatically. There we go. I just wasn't close enough. Control module. Oh, this thing said the control module was missing when we saw it earlier. Okay. So let's see what we can find here. Oh God. Ship hull breached. What the hell happened? Did I do something wrong? I wasn't moving too fast. I think something bad happened with the planet. I'm just vibing, just taking my time, wandering around. Like, boom! Just exploded. I don't know what happened. Was that a glitch? Or did I actually hit my head on something too hard? I'm thinking something happened and jostled the whole ship, which wrecked me. That was no good. Okay, let's try going back there. Luckily, you move around really quick in this game, so it takes me less than a couple minutes to get back there. Not like Dark Souls, where when you die, it could take you a good 15-20 minutes to kind of get back to where you were. And the timing is always the same. Every time you die, I know that big green planet is going to be right here. There we go. And Alex, I thought you were asleep, Alex. Before I'm gone, you made a clip from the bug from today and also played a song from Portal for fun because science, of course, if you're interested. Heck yeah, definitely post that in the Discord. We can check it out later, Alex. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I want to see this weird vomiting bungee cord sort of bug. And Tiny, in Dark Souls, when you die, you discourse. Although, I really enjoy how they do death in that game because it makes dying in the game very much a learning sort of thing, I suppose, Tiny. Okay, yeah, I just went into the atmosphere. What about this thing? We actually haven't been in there yet. I don't think. No, that is the one we went into. Where's the ship? Or this is the ship. Okay. Yeah, this is the same one we went into earlier. All right, well, I guess as long as I have the same trajectory, I can literally just park myself, oops, right here and get out, right? It should stay consistent, I think. We're going to float out, go up here, get sucked in, and we should be good. All right, now I'm not sure what else I'm missing. Let's try to go to the control module again. That was weird. I don't know if that was bad timing or what. This is the control module, which we read before after the thing had, I guess, malfunctioned. The control module was missing. Okay, I'm going to be very careful. We're going to go very slow here. Oh, maybe I know what happened. Maybe when I was moving this thing around, I was in a bad spot. When it tried to open up, it just decapitated me. Maybe that happened. Because everything does kind of move around. Wait, what happened? It goes back there. Oh, maybe I was on the control module the whole time. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to get sick trying to find the exit. Here we go. Yeah, this is where I was earlier. Okay, so that is the control module. Okay. So let's go back to the center and find another one. Sweet. Thank you, Alex. I'll check that out, dude. Now get some sleep. I don't want to be looking at chat again in 45 minutes and Alex like, oh, this one time. And you can't wait until you get your Network and Security Plus certifications. I'm hoping they get me a good career position. Skywalker, those definitely help a lot, for sure. I mean, when they're looking at a whole bunch of, resumes, and there's a lot of similarities, similar experience, but one person has a bunch of certifications, someone else doesn't, that can put you ahead, for sure. Okay, here's the launch module. Let's try going in here. Oh no, this is the one that was like broken. That's right. We couldn't get in there at all. We could launch our scout, but then we could just take pictures. Oh, I bet they do, Skywalker, yeah. With me being in the CIA, of course, I know nothing about that. I think I read this one. That's a launch module. In space, when everything could be any direction, there is no up. It gets tricky knowing which way you need to go. Oh, have a good time zone, Alex. Have a great sleep. Okay, so this was the probe, which obviously is not connected anymore. You come out here and everything's destroyed. Is there anything else to even look at here? We can float around a little bit outside. Like, what is this thing right here? I'm not sure what this is. I gotta watch my fuel. Oh, looks like I might be able to go in the back way. I might be able to fit in through this glass right here. This is the area we were shooting our probe to kind of look for stuff, and we couldn't fit through the exit, but we can sneak in this way. Ah, ship log has been updated. Updated with what? That's my question. Okay, let's land over here. There we go. Sweet. Okay, we got some more things to plug in and get information. I don't think we've been in this one yet. So this is the probe tracking module. Okay, this looks very similar to what we've seen before. The big difference here in this room is that statue. We saw this statue back on our home planet, and when we looked at it, its eyes started to glow and stare back at us, which is creepy as all heck. Of course, I can't interact with it. It's too far away, but that's interesting to know that they had a statue here. Okay, let's try plugging this in here and see what we can read and discover. Okay, Malo. Imagine, Privet, the probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. And Privet, I am honored and terrified. You won't ask the orbital probe cannon to use so much power that it breaks, will you? Malo, fret not, my nervous friend. We only need to fire the probe once anyway, so who minds if it compromises the orbital probe cannon's structural integrity slightly? I think it did more than slight damage. Privet, I would mind, Malo. I would mind because we won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the probe tracking module is destroyed. That's a good point. Okay, nothing else there. I love it. Their language makes like a really pretty diagram. It kind of reminds me, what was that Alien movie where there's like this big obelisk that the aliens land on Earth and they're trying to communicate with them, but the language is like all these like circles. What was it called? Arrival, I think. That was a pretty cool movie. Okay, let's drop it down here. Oh, wait, no, I have to take it out first. There we go. And I thought I saw another one floating. Here it is. Let's grab this. Here's the control module probe. That's our projection stone. Let's see what this looks like. What am I seeing here? What is different? I don't notice any differences, really. It still looks like it was before everything got destroyed. And you like the communications from Close Encounters? Jumi, I've never actually watched that movie. I'm pretty sure I've seen bits and pieces on television, but I've never, like, sat down and watched the whole thing, which that's one of, like, Steven Spielberg's first movies, right? I gotta watch that one. I love it. No, don't judge. Don't judge. I love movies. I'm a big movie buff, but there's definitely a lot of classics out there I have not watched yet. Okay, Avens. Malo, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon, relative... Oh, wait, I think I read this before, didn't we? I think we did, but we died since then, so maybe it's all showing new again. Yeah, we've read all this before. They talk about wanting to max out the power, which is going to destroy everything. Okay, so we did read that before. Are there any more of these floating around? We might have missed something. You know what's sad is I have not survived in this game long enough for the sun to implode. I keep dying before that happens. Okay, we got to look around carefully. There could be something else floating in here. There could even be something on the ceiling. I wish we could find that statue, because I bet that statue is up to something. Oh, I hit my head. Unfortunately, up here, you can't get gravity. Let's see. Just kind of floating around a little bit, hoping to see something. No, I don't see anything here. Also, right here in the other room, this is like filled with some kind of liquid or something. I don't know what that is, but of course it's not here now. Okay, I think we're done with this room. You might hear a monkey in the background. That's Jessie. She's waiting for her mom to get back. This is the... Oops. I was going to say, this is the area we could not get through. I had to shoot my probe through to fit. Is there anything on this side that we care about? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's get back outside. And honestly, I should probably go back to my ship, because we are starting to run low on fuel. That's the last thing you want, is to be floating out in space with no fuel. So where is my ship? There it is. It's on the other side. Hey, Nate, welcome back. I heard you had a really late night. How did your stream go, dude? Sounds like you had a really fun time. So it should be... Oh, right down here. Oh, my ship is floating away. Wait, where's my ship? Oh, no. Crap, I parked my ship I want to connect to my ship. There we go. I parked my ship pretty much. I'm getting further away from it. I left it right outside this derelict ship, and it got pulled into the atmosphere. Crap, I might not make it. Where's my ship? I'm losing oxygen. I'm losing fuel. I'm just trying to get back to my ship to get a good refill. Now we're underwater. You know, it looks like our ship is actually orbiting still. Let's see if I can reach it. I'm probably going to die here. And you beat Five Nights at Freddy's. Nice. So did you beat it in one stream, Nate? That must be a pretty short game, huh? Oh, our ship's getting closer. Where is it? Oh, no. Nope. I think our ship is floating in space, and I'm stuck in the water. Crap. I can't make it to our ship. All right. Well, we're going to die. I'm losing oxygen. Darn it. All right. So I was wrong. You definitely need to park your ship as much as you can, because it's going to do its own thing, even not considering other things floating in space. About 4 hours? That's not too bad at all. Nice. Congrats on finishing it. It is really cool to play an entire game in one stream. Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Let's jump back in here. I don't know if there's anything else on that spaceship for me to explore. I kind of want to try to explore more of that planet. Although that planet is difficult to explore for sure. And then once I've explored this green planet, I think we need to go back to our computer and start to look at our notes and see what we might be missing. Because luckily, the notes on our computer tell you there's more to be discovered here. So once you've found a place, even if you didn't, I guess, get everything you need to, the game lets you know, hey, you got to go back here. Be sure you get everything. Oh crap, don't hit that. Don't hit that. Okay, so I think we only care about that big chunk at the end. The rest of it seems to be... Oh my gosh. The rest of it seems to be not that useful. I want to try to land on this little island right here. I'm going to do my best. Ooh, ooh. Come on, come on. There we go. We did it. Just barely. Hey, there's somebody here. Crap. Oh, B, that's right. I was hitting the wrong button. Perfect parking job. Perfect. Oh, this is the guy with like a trumpet. Nice to see you. Good to see you made it here in one piece. The first solo launch is a doozy, isn't it? Well, technically I've launched like 100 times. So hey, don't freak out or anything, but lately I keep like dying repeatedly. I don't know, it's pretty weird. What about you? Have you died lately, or is it just me? So they're going through the same thing we are. No, it's me too. We're in a time loop. Time is behaving unusually lately. Yeah, a time loop makes sense. Cool. You're taking this pretty well. Yeah, right back at you. Personally, I like new experiences. I've never been in a time loop before. I mean, I don't think I've been in a time loop before this one. It looks like you and I are the only ones who can tell that time's gone all weird. I tried radioing Hornfells and asking if they'd died too, but they thought I was being metaphorical. Even if I tell Hornfells about the time loop, they never remember by the next one. They don't realize anything's different. And here's another weird one for you. Every time I die, all of my memories from that loop replay back to me. I'm pretty sure that's related to this big stone Namai statue found on one of the other islands. The one with the crazy eyes? I was looking at it, and then the statue opened its eyes and started glowing. Yep, that's the one. It replayed my memories like I'd been seeing them through my own eyes, just like what happened each time I die. That happened with me with the statue at the museum. You too, huh? Then the Nomai statues must have something to do with why we're the only ones aware of the time loop. So no glowing statue? No time loop awareness? I think that's going to be my leading theory. But if you find out anything new about the statues or the time loop, let me know, okay? I'll be here. That is something we need to remember to do. Sometimes you want to go back to the people you've been meeting on the various islands and tell them information because they might be able to help you figure out stuff as well. Anyway, that's what's new with me. But hey, this is your first solo voyage, kind of. So let's talk about you, you know? How's space treating you? Let's go through all the questions before we go through I found something. What are you doing out here? Well, what are any of us doing out here, really? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm out exploring our solar system, same as you. But I tell you what, outer space really gives you room to think. It's quiet and peaceful out here. King of the Hill. I mean, it's unusually quiet and peaceful. Sometimes a cyclone comes... Oh, crap. Just as I was talking about a cyclone, that just happened. What the hell? Now he's floating away. I was trying to talk to you. Okay, unidentified signal. We should switch over to that. There we go. Okay, so we've successfully identified him. What the heck? Is that like a high tide, low tide kind of thing, but with gravity? Have you ever watched a cyclone for so long it started to hypnotizing you? I'm telling you, they'll put you in a trance if you stare at them long enough. Let's try that again. I didn't actually get through all this thing. Okay, sometimes a cyclone comes and lifts my little island paradise clean out of the water. Then, less peaceful. Okay, where should I explore on Giant's Deep? Here's something you might like. At the start of every time loop, I keep seeing a bright flash in the sky at the start of every loop. Something must be happening up there in orbit around the planet. That's, I think, when they shoot that cannon out of that spaceship and it breaks apart. What else? What else? Have you been to Statue Island? That's what I've been calling it. Seen as it's an island where I found the glowing Nomai statue. Get it? I was on the beach of Statue Island when the whole glowy business happened. By the way, it's a nice beach for that kind of thing. I give it a solid 7 out of 10 on the Gabbro relaxation scale. If you feel like checking out Statue Island, it's the one with the 2 islands connected by a natural rock arc. Well, mostly connected anyway. You'll see. What's up with this planet? I know, right? Well, oh, you meant like, tell me more about it. I gotcha. Well, Giant's Deep is massive. Mostly water. No surprises there. There's a strong current a ways beneath the surface that prevents anything from sinking below it. Seriously, I tried everything I could think of to get past that current. Neither idea worked. As for land masses, I've counted 4 islands, including this one. There's also one that the Nomai statue I saw on the beach. You seen the cyclones? Yeah, they're hard to miss. They'll toss up everything in their path, including our islands included. Little tip, if you get picked up, try to land in the water. It's less likely to kill you. And where's your ship? That's a good question. It's definitely on this planet somewhere. I mean, unless a cyclone came by and tossed it into space, I guess. That'd be pretty nuts. I hope it's not lonely. So his ship is around here somewhere too. Oh, now I need to tell him about the things I found. That's right. I found something. Nice, nice. What you got for me? I found out what happened to the orbital probe cannon. Whoa, that's the cannon that's breaking apart at the start of each time loop? For real? Did you figure out why? Too much power. It's kind of scary how that sounds like something Slate or Feldspar would do. I'm pretty surprised the Nomai built something that actually broke. What, are they flawless? Come on. Come to think of it, though, broke might be the wrong word, because it looks like the orbital probe cannon is still firing successfully at the beginning of each time loop. I mean, that's when it breaks. And we'll say, I found something. I found your quantum poem. Yeah, the one in the woods. I remember writing that. Pretty fun, right? It works out to a good 24 poems. When I'm done exploring, I want to make some of that more quantum art. Maybe some kind of creature sculpture, just like, or that just like shows up and scares the daylights out of you. A jump scare sculpture? That'd be cool. Oh, nice, Tiny. Thank you for the lurk. I know you got a mod somewhere else, but I appreciate that. It's you can never underestimate the power of lurking. It's a nice way to support a streamer when you can't actively be engaged. I do really appreciate that. Oh, this looks like there might be some of that, what do you call it? Dark matter somewhere nearby. Oh yeah, I see it. Doesn't look like I can get around it. It's blocking the whole area, so let's back out this way. Also, Nate, I meant to ask you, how is your Unavowed playthrough going? I heard you got to play that a little bit more. Just as amazing as our first experience? That game was so good. It's definitely on my list to replay sometime. Yeah, at least we don't have to worry about oxygen here. You just got to the tragedy portion? I mean, guys, seriously. That's all it was. Just a tragedy. Such an iconic scene. I don't know what he's working on, but that Dave Gilbert needs to make a new game for sure. Oh crap! It's gonna eat me up. Crap. Okay, land in the water. Land in the water, John. Gosh, I can't see anything. Wait, do I have to worry about the water? No, we're back on land. Okay, now we're back in the water. It's like, what just happened? Napo Clock, how's it going, dude? Welcome. This is definitely the most turbulent planet, I believe. But the one with the sand that's constantly being moved from one planet to the other, that one's pretty crazy as well. Oh, you know what? I might need that little section when the gravity gets light to get to the top of this planet because, or this little mountain, I can't actually use my jet boosters. The gravity's too strong. It pulls me down. It looks like he put a bunch of lanterns going this way. What's over here? And it's a really cool part of the game until you've turned it into a meme and all you can do is be like, yep, what kind of tragedy is it? That's all it is, just a tragedy. Ah, we can roast marshmallows here too. We 100% should. Let's see if I can roast it without burning it this time. Don't put it directly in the flames. Just at the top. Just the tip. Oh, there we go. That's looking really good right now. I like it dark, but not completely burnt. Okay, we can roast it, but we can't eat it. Dang. Oh, that's cool. You can refill at those jetpack little stations. I guess this is just a dead end here. It looks like we can go down here. What's over here? Oh, I think this might be the other side. Gonna get some coffee? Nice. You don't drink your coffee black, do you, Nate? Do you usually put something in there? We pretty much ran out of coffee creamer today, so I kind of made myself a mocha with some oat milk and some dark chocolate syrup. It's pretty good. Oh no, this is the same spot we were at before. Okay. Well, I think we've done everything we can to talk to... Where the hell's our ship? Why is it way over there? And how do I get there? Let's see if we can get around this thing. I guess with all the turbulent movements, our ship got moved. There it is. Okay, we have to swim. That's as far as I can boost. Hopefully we can get in here okay underwater. We can. Okay, perfect. Yeah, quit parking in precarious places and you won't keep losing your ship. But if it's a precarious planet, I think you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, so to say. Okay, let's go ahead and refill everything. And now let's check out the other little planets on here, or I guess islands. He said there was 4 islands, I think. Let's see what else we can find, hopefully without getting swallowed up by these cyclones. I think we landed here before, but I don't know if I fully explored this area. Hopefully I don't lose my ship here as well. This is where I got killed by that dark matter. So let's do better. Do better, John. And we're in snapshot mode. Perfect. Okay, so we can't go that way. This way's fine. No, 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 no. Oh, I didn't boost enough. My bad. Try to get back to the main island. Hopefully we can get to the island. Put that away. I'm just hoping there's like a little spot that I can climb up. Oh, it looks like right here. Or ghost matter. Why do I keep calling it dark matter? What is dark matter from? I'm sure that's in another game or movie or something. At least it's not unobtainium. It's one of the stupidest made-up names for something ever. It's so bad, it's kind of good in a way. Okay, so when I boost, don't let go, John. You just got to go the entire way. Okay, so the rest of this is safe. It might even be another game that we played that had dark matter. I'm not sure. I love those so much, Relentless. It's just the context. It can't be said right. It's going to be terrible no matter how you interpret it. Or dark matter's a real thing. There's that too. I don't know anything about it, but I seem to hear it a lot in like sci-fi stuff. All right, well, let's try jumping over here because I think that was a dead end. There we go. Yeah, so this area I got a little mixed up. It looks like we can go this way till about here. And now we're blocked off. There's really nowhere to go down there. That's blocked off too. So I went this way before. Stupid ghost matter always blocking my way. We can go up this way. No, 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 no. Almost fell down. Okay. Oh, how did I miss this? I walked right over this before. Trip 4. Entry number whatever. Crashes 2. Boring crashes 0. Remember to see Slate when I get back. Yeah, all the way down to the core. Consider yourself conquered, Giant Steep. You just got feldsparred. That was one of my most dramatic feats, if I do say so myself. Can't believe I wasn't electrocuted. Ah, I can't wait to tell Hornfels and Gosson about this one. I guess brute force isn't always the answer. Right, so that's one more off the list. Seems all that's left with this big one now. Dark Bramble, here I come. Alright, so he actually, this is his little campsite. Hey, we can like that. And he basically finished everything he wanted to on this planet. With 0 boring crashes. Yeah, at least they weren't boring. I like that. Okay, so this is what I was meant to find here, I believe. Can I do anything with that? Uh-oh, almost walked into that. Oh, here comes a hurricane. Don't push me to dark matter, please. I'm floating. I'm going to try to stay here without getting killed. If I stay close to the ground, when it crashes down, I should be okay. It won't be a big fall. And down we go. Whoa, that was crazy. The color changed on this thing. Now, a little part of this is sticking out. I thought, is there something I can do with that? But I don't think so. What about our little sensor frequency thing? If I keep my thing here, it looks like it's getting closer. What is that? It's probably a planet, honestly, just orbiting around, but it keeps getting closer if I keep my thing here. And it's slowly moving up. Oh, it could be the spaceship. I can't actually hear anything, though. It's a little too far away for that. Okay, let's get back to our ship. Make sure we're... Oh, wrong button. Make sure we're avoiding dark matter. I might actually get killed by the sun exploding this time. First time in a long time. Oh, my ship might have gone in a different direction. I'm not sure. With all the waves and everything, it might not be where I left it. I think we can cross here okay. I just can't go that direction. Okay, this is where I left my ship. Right here. And it's over there. Okay. Let's get as far as I can. Underwater. Let's check out what other islands we might find. Those are the only 2 islands I think I've been on this planet. So let's go ahead and refuel. There we go. Let's get out of here. Careful not to hit anything on our way out. That part right there reminds me of that dark bramble thing. Oh, here's his other ship that he lost. All right, let's check out his ship. I'm assuming we can get in there. Why not, right? Or maybe it's not open. I don't see a little opening in the bottom. Oh, crap. We're running out of time. Can we get in here real quick? Nope. Crap. What about an entrance on the top? Maybe it's just a different style ship. The waves are making it difficult to do anything. Crap. Can I get up there? Oh, no. I think it's too high. The gravity won't let me actually do that. What if I'm on the side? Oh, so close. Come on. Darn it. Yeah, I don't even think that's an opening on the side. I just don't think we can even go in here. Let's get back on our ship. And we can actually drop on top of it. Probably damage it, but we're about to die anyway. And at least we can see the top to see if there's a way in there. Is there an entrance? Oh crap, I'm upside down. It sure doesn't look like it. No, it's like a tank or something. I don't think we can get in there. Okay, we're about to get wiped out by the sun. There's the planet where our buddy was. Oh, here it comes. Oh, it's getting so dark. Let's fly into one of these tornadoes, because why not? Whee! We'll just take it for a ride. Oh, that's cool. Look at that little meteor right there. That's awesome. And we're gone. Hey, 0 boring crashes, right? I wonder if there's something else we need to do with the statue that's on this planet. Our home planet. I kind of want to go back there and take a look at it again. But maybe we should check out the statue on the planet we were just visiting first before we try that. That replay shows we spend a lot of time talking to that guy on the hammock. Oh, yep. And there he shoots off their thing. All right, off we go. So we've discovered 2 of the islands. I think the guy said there was 4. So we have 2 more to find. I'm kind of bummed we couldn't get in his spacecraft. I guess there's just nothing interesting in there, but I kind of assumed maybe we could get in there, read some notes, some more history. Right, let's lock on and autopilot. I'm going so fast that we almost run into this, like, broken apart ship upon landing. Maybe I should take my time a little more. we miss it, though. This gets a little too close for comfort. Yeah, you gotta start doing your thrusters below you really quick because the pull of this planet is so strong. Okay, we've looked at that island before. That island looks new. I don't think we've been there. Okay, let's check this one out. I guess it doesn't matter where we land because our spaceship is going to go wherever the hell it wants to. But there was some kind of like teleporter or something here. What is this? What if I stand in the middle here? Anything? Whoa! What just happened? Where am I? Wait, are we in space because of... because of the planet, or was that because of this thing? Hold on. Yeah, I think that was just weird timing. This thing's holding me down. Okay. I thought it actually took me somewhere for a second. Alright, well, let's go up these stairs and check out what's on the little place we landed on. So it looks like we can jump across there. Is that it? It looked like there was something on top of this island, though. I might have to land there separately. Alright, well, let's try going this way. I don't know if I can make that jump. Maybe we can. We might not be able to make it coming back. Ooh. The gravity is just so strong. Hey, here's the statue he was talking about, I think, with the glowy eyes. It's not doing it now, but... okay, this is Statue Workshop, so they make these things here. Okay. Are those the eyes? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. We can't get through the door, it looks like. Maybe there's another way in. Here's some of those anti-gravity crystals so we can walk along the walls. That was kind of cool. Oh, there's some more right here. Oh, God. I guess I'm supposed to go this way. Stay close to the crystals. If you walk too far away, you lose your balance and drop. Here we go. I feel like I've been here before. Why does this place look very familiar? I think it was just another alien town. But it looks oddly similar to another place we've been to. Okay, Lami. They're going to test the memory statues tonight. Oh, memory statues. Okay. Flock says it could be dangerous, so we can't come. Sashima. Things seem off. Uncertain. The world around you is tearing apart. The ground twisting to form. As you search for a place to hide from this terror, you curse yourself for entering the land of John Katie. What's up, Sashima? I love those things. Great to see you, dude. Happy Saturday. Oh, there's more. But wait, there's more. But what if we didn't use the door and snuck in the other way? Does anyone want to? Oh, so that workshop that's closed off, they're giving us hints about another way in. Phlox specifically told us not to do that. I really want to see the test too, Lami, but that's a huge risk to take. We probably shouldn't. Maybe Phlox will let us see a later test. Alright, well there's our hint. There's another way into this place. And I see it as a writing exercise to write new ones of those every time. It's great. Do you like doing writing, Sashima? I'm curious. Or do you do it, like, are you in school writing? Do you do it for work? Be a fun way just to, hone your skills, get some more practice. What is this thing, by the way? I don't know. We can't translate it. Can't really do anything with it. It's just some kind of marker. That looks like an uncomfortable chair. What do these people look like? We actually haven't seen what they look like. I assume they look kind of like the statues, but maybe not. That might have been the only thing we really needed on this island, was to learn about some secret entrance to that workshop. Okay, that's where we read the note. Oh, this looks like it might be connected to some kind of gate. And there's also a hurricane right here, which is interesting. And you used to write in school, but you enjoy writing here and there. Actually, the name Sashima comes from a character you wrote back in the day. Well, that's really cool. So did you write like a short story or a book or something? That's awesome. I enjoy reading. Stories are great. I can't write. I'm not creative in that way. Or I haven't really tried, but I also haven't really felt the need for myself. Okay, I think this actually takes us up above where we parked our ship on that same island. Oh, this looks like one of those teleportation gates we ran into. Hold on. Is this the same one? Like I wonder if when we dropped into the black hole and then I took that teleporting gate, does it take us here? I'm not sure. This could be the same place. I think it might be. Oh, you got some coffee, mate. Nice. So we're checking out the different islands on the big water planet, and we found a statue workshop where they create those statues with the weird eyes. They call them memory statues. Now, the door is sealed off, but we saw some notes that some of the other aliens wrote where there's I guess a secret entrance to sneak in to get in there. We're trying to find that. Okay, welcome to Giant's Deep, friends. I'm excited for you to meet the statues. And this is Phlox. If I'm not in my dwelling, I'm likely in the workshop below, inside the island. So that's kind of what we're trying to find, but what is this thing? I feel like this is the same sort of teleporter that we found before, but I don't know if this one works. I think you were supposed to be standing here until a certain spot, and then when things line up, you teleport. Oh, and the general plot, Sashima, is Sashima was a girl who worked at her family's inn, a noble lord, so it takes place back in the day. Uh-oh. Everything's moving. I'm just going to stay right here, as close to here as I can. Oh, this is such a cool planet. Takes interest in her, but when she's disinterested, he stages a bandit attack to be the hero, but she figures it out and runs away, meeting a ninja-like girl who helps her out and ultimately get revenge. There's more to that, but you don't want to bog down the chat. That just sounds like a pretty cool story, though, so far. I like that. How far did you get? Did you actually finish writing the whole thing, or was it like one of those writing constant, ongoing projects? Okay, and this looks like there's more writing in here. Like there's some way to get this to go up and read what's actually in here, but I don't know how. Unfortunately, this thing's not helping us. Also enjoying coffee, Kamashika. Couldn't be got another surprise nap. Oh no. Hey, coffee might stop those surprise naps. Also, the robo-vacuum is running and stuck in the kitchen. Oh, or it's stuck keeping a kitten calm while it does its work. Oh, you're stuck keeping the kitten calm. So your cat has a problem with the robot vacuum? Our dogs freaked out when we first got the robot vacuum, but after the second or third time, they were fine with it. Okay, so we know there's a secret entrance, but we haven't found any clues as to where it is yet. So you had the general plot, which included a royal prince pretending to be a commoner, trying to dig up evidence on the noble, meeting Sashima and helping her get revenge. That sounds really cool, but you didn't write the whole thing, which That's what I would do, honestly. If I was trying to start a big project like that, I'd get sidetracked, have a hard time getting back into it. I do that with games all the time. Okay, this is where we came from. We might have to get into our ship and fly around a little bit to see if we can find the secret entrance. So she's newer to the house than the vacuum. Oh, and it's the least amount of freak out so far. Hey, she's getting better though, it sounds like. That's good. I mean, honestly, you would think more and more being subjected to it, it'd get better and better. Oh, crap. I don't think I should have come here. I can't seem to get out, guys. Oh no, I can't even jump. My character's like floating here. Oh no, I might be stuck. Let me just try button mashing every direction. Come on. I need to get some good footing on the ground so I can start walking. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Is there like a self-destruct sequence or something? Some way you can just like... Oh, there we go. Okay, I made it. So this is definitely not where I want to go. Let's get back on the main island. I just saw that little hole and I'm like, could the secret entrance be back this way? No. All right. I don't really see any other place to go. Oh, wait, what's down here? I think... Oh, that goes back to where we were before. Okay. Well, there's our ship. I was walking side. Here's the main entrance. So it's got to be inside of this island somewhere. And it also leads to huge trust issues situation where Sashima learns that he is a prince, as she doesn't trust nobles royalty after her family was killed. Oh, that's a cool twist. That's neat. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back and get my ship and kind of fly around the island and see if I can't see another way in. Or even get to the top of that island over here. Maybe crossing up there is what helps. Let's do that. Jeez, this gravity. So strong. So these are the stairs I initially took to get up there. Was there anything back this way? Looks like a dead end, yeah. Oh, Relentless, we all absolutely love your sense of humor. Okay, so we did get up there. We discovered that. Let's kind of float around here a little bit and see if I can't find what looks like maybe a secret way in. That's how we walked along the outside. I'm not seeing too much of a secret way in. Oh dear God! Oh no! I need to get the hell out of here. As I was landing, I think the planet shot us up in the air. Dang. I destroyed my ship. My ship is completely gone. Where am I? Did I find the secret entrance? I might have... What the hell is that? I might have glitched the game. I don't know what happened, guys, but I feel like I'm inside of here. What is this? I can't actually move this thing. I might not have been able to do that. Am I doing a speed run? I feel like maybe I was near where I needed to be, but the planet, shot up, and I got like pushed through a wall or something, broke my ship. Yeah, I refer to what I said when I joined. It was more topical than you thought, Sashima. Okay, so I think this might be the statue building workshop, but I don't see much in here. Can we climb up here? Oh, not quite. Gravity's a little too strong for that. You know, I should be using this thing more often. I kind of forget to. Dang. Okay, I think I might be hosed. That looks like it was part of my ship. Is there anything underwater? That looks like the center of the planet, doesn't it? Okay, let's get back out here. And I wonder why I can't open that door. Typically, when you see a little glowing ball like this, you can move it around. Oh, there it goes. That wasn't working before. Okay, well, we got our way into the workshop. That was correct. I just don't think that's how you were supposed to do that. Was that there before? I don't remember seeing that statue there before. And so you just want horror-style game with Joncadia, where you are trying to survive the many varying monsters, and each have a different way of tormenting you. That kind of reminds me a little bit of when we were playing. Why does this look different now? I think I did glitch the game, guys, because when I was in here before, none of this was here. It didn't load it correctly. But when I left and came back in, it thought, okay, you've entered this room properly. We're going to load the graphics for everything. That was weird. But yeah, the description, Sashima, reminds me a little bit of Visage, where in this big mansion, there's these different ghosts that all have their own way of haunting and tormenting you. All right, well, hey, I'll take it, even though I kind of cheated my way in here on accident. Pollux, Yarrow, would you kindly, if you get the reference, step back so Daz is closest to the statue. When pairing, the statue will choose whoever is closest in proximity. And Phlox, see how its eyes have opened? That tells us the statue has paired with Daz. Now, no matter where he is in this star system, Daz's statue will record his memories and send them to the Ash Twin Project. And Yarrow, this is extraordinary sculpture work, Phlox. And Daz, he has outdone himself again, hasn't he? And now that we have our first successful pairing, we can test my memory storage prototype. Daz, each statue will send a single Nomai's memories to his or her own storage unit within Ash Twin. And then Phlox, each storage unit will be equipped with a mask, the statue's counterpart, which will be able to send those stored memories back to the corresponding Nomai. Now, we have been to that Ash Twin, but there were some places we couldn't get into. So I'm hoping that we can unlock some way to get past it. Yeah, the secret to the entrance was destroying your ship, right? And how do we leave without your ship? Well, technically, Sashima, on this planet, we can't, I don't think. I think gravity's too strong. There's no way we can leave without our ship now, so we're kind of stuck here. But if it was like on the moon or some planet with weaker gravity, you could just use your boosters on your jetpack to actually leave the planet. But here we are kind of screwed. Alright, so we got some interesting looking drawing. Nice, Tajay. If you can break it, I will find a way. I wish I could do something with these too. This looks like something useful. Let's keep going up. There might be more. Yeah, we have to get to the Ash Twin and read all their memories. Oh, sweet. We got another one of these things. Okay, so this is the Ash Twin projection stone. Let's read about this. We gotta do it quick before the sun destroys us, because I don't know how to get back in here. Raimi. I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin Project Phlox. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. Raimi. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. And then Phlox. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. As a safety measure, however, the statues will also activate in the event of an equipment failure. That might be why it activated on our planet. Raimi. They will? Why is that? Anonymous? Hold on. We got some more reading to do, but just a moment. Anonymous gifter. I don't know who you are, but let me know. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the gift sub to Spirit Swoosh. That was very nice of you. Let me drop some tokens in there. And Sashima, where even the sun is trying to kill you. You can't get away from death here. You just can't. But Anonymous, thank you again very much for that gift sub. I appreciate that. Let me drop in here. Bring those guys back. Kamashika, good catch. All right, let's finish reading this. Thank you again, Anonymous. So yeah, why will they activate when there's an equipment failure? And Flock says, if anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. There we go. Raimi, I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. That's terrible. There should be a leap option, Sashi, but technically I think I could add it in there as an alternative to jump, or sling. Sling is actually the other one. Ooh, good catch, Sashima. Okay, I think we looked at all that. However, oh crap, we're moving around. We can take this projection stone. Oh no! I'm floating. Don't die, John. Don't die. I want to stay near the ground just in case. You can attack me, which is fun because it knocks me off the screen. You can also hug each other, which is way more wholesome. Let's drop it in here and see what this looked like a long time ago. What the hell? Wait, I think that's because everything's moving around. This is creepy. It's just a bunch of these things staring right at me. What is this? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Of course, I can't go near one of them. Interesting. Okay, are there any more of those stones around that we can plug in? I don't think so. I think that was it. Okay, well, we might have exhausted this area, guys. Oh, wait, no, it looks like there's more up there. Did I read that one already? Maybe I read that one. I don't think so, though. I read one down here. No, that was that thing. Oh, crap. 60 seconds of oxygen and I can't get up there. We have to come back here, guys. When we lose gravity and we're floating around, we can probably make our way over here. Unfortunately, that's about as much as we can jump, Sashima. I can jump here. That's about as high as I can go. Oh, did you see something on the ceiling? Let me get back over here. Oh, there is some kind of grating there. I don't know what that is. Maybe we can try pushing our way up there when we lose gravity, perhaps. But yeah, if we run all the way to the end here and then try to jump across, no chance. Right there. Geronimo! Oh, that's as far as we can get. Oh, ouch. And we ran out of oxygen. Hey, coffee followed by stew, Nate? Nice. Is it cold where you're at right now? That sounds like perfect stuff for cold weather. Actually, today is really warm. It's going to be 75 degrees Fahrenheit today. And I kind of want a barbecue, but we didn't go out yesterday and get food. Usually I like to buy a nice big tri-tip and I marinate it and stuff overnight and then barbecue it the next day. Maybe we'll still barbecue today. If we do, I'll have to go out shopping immediately after stream. And I could do a dry rub. That would work. Oh, 48 degrees. Yeah, that's cold. Yeah, it's 75 here today. Really nice weather. It's going to be nice tomorrow, too. So I could barbecue Sunday, perhaps. Although Sunday for me is usually cleaning and other stuff day, not as much fun. Alrighty. And I think tonight we're playing Valheim. So what would be nice is some barbecue, a few beers, after all that meat and stuff, then be a Viking in Valheim. Okay, so we're going to go back to that place, Tsushima, and try to get into that secret entrance. There's definitely something there. Something on the top of that. I don't know how to get back in that secret entrance, though. I have to find a way to do it without glitching through. That might be the thing that you saw, Tsushima. Which would be on the top, right? It looked like that grate was on the top. Maybe we can get up there and find a way through. When I was inside of there, I definitely didn't see anything else. Yeah, without destroying the ship, exactly. Hopefully. Yeah, Kamashika, if you're interested, luckily it's not too expensive. It's like 20 bucks. It is early access, but I will say, as far as an early access game goes, the game feels like there's a lot to do. It feels polished. It doesn't feel like you're playing a half-broken demo. I really enjoy it. If you like survival games, you'll probably get a big kick out of it. Yes, I did drive through a tornado. Right before the sun collapsed and killed me last time, I went right in there. Actually, Dingo had suggested that maybe we create a community server for Valheim. And I could do a dedicated server that just kind of runs all the time on a computer. That one's really big. I actually have not flown in that one yet. But before we do that, I want to get to the island we were just on. Oh, this island is new too. There's a couple new islands. Crap. Is that a new island? Yeah, that's a new island. I don't want to go there yet. I want to be sure we finish the one we were doing. It would be fun. The thing about having a dedicated server is you basically have to have the program running all the time. You don't have to have the game running, per se. They have a client that you can run that's, you know, more lightweight. Oh, I think that's it, Tsushima. I think you were right. Okay, so let's go ahead and land there. I see that grate. Now let's land right there. As good as I can. Max, what's up, Max? Good to see you, dude. Okay, if we leave it here, hopefully we won't break it. Okay, so we just have to cross that bridge. Where was the bridge? This way, I think? So you have to do a lot of settings to get a dedicated server to work. Besides having to download the special program, you have to log into your router, change some settings for port forwarding. You might have to change some Windows firewall settings, things like that, but eventually you can get it to work. Okay, so this is it right there. Okay, how do I actually get down there, though? So that is the other entrance, I think. Oh, is there something down here, maybe? Can we crouch and sneak under here? I don't think there's a one. Oh, you ran a Rust server? Nice. Very similar. Very similar. I know a lot of folks that loved Rust also played that game. Never played Rust myself, though. It seemed like a very grief-heavy game where you would jump in and just start stealing things from all the other players, stuff like that. I do remember that higher platform. I think it's... That higher platform, I think, is right there. No. There. I think that's the highest platform. But of course, yeah, it depends on the server. With our server, of course, we would just have folks from our community, so we wouldn't have much griefing, if any, hopefully. But the game is tough, so you don't need griefing to have a challenge in that game. Okay, where is the secret entrance going to be? I don't think any of my tools would help me find a secret entrance. I kind of assumed... Oh, there's a couple bodies here. A secret entrance might have something to do with these things, but I still don't know what to do with these. However, since I've already unlocked it technically, I wonder if I can just, like, go through the door again. I kind of doubt it. It'd probably reset everything, but that would be cool if it stayed unlocked for me. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe I'll just try the front door. That's a good point too, Max. You could just rent it and let them handle everything. And if it was something that people wanted to do all the time, that'd be pretty sweet. I know for sure we have at least 4 people that play in our community. I think, let's see, Altho plays, Dingo plays, and I play, Andy plays, and I think we had another one too. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly land in a different spot that's closer to that entrance, right over there. I don't want to lose my ship if I can't get back up there easily. There we go. And that's good to give you all that control, Max, because from what I've been messing around with the game, the server and the characters, they're just files you can easily back up and stuff, which is nice. I would definitely want to make like weekly backups or something, just in case it is an early access game. If something goes wrong, you can always recover that file, which is nice. Okay. Dang, nope. Unfortunately, it's still broken. I also kind of thought the secret entrance might go through there. Like, what if that was like a cave that could go through? Fortunately, we have to go this long way. Or it could even be underwater. Crap. I am floating away. Get down, John. There we go. See, when we're floating right now, this is when I want to be in that place. Man, I wish I discovered everything I needed to when I was there. Oh! That hurt. I thought I was really close to the ground. I guess that doesn't always protect you. Let's see, looking for anything that might be... Oh, there's my ship. That might be a secret entrance. I think your health just comes back over time. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I was hoping there might be a cave down and we can go through. Oh, I didn't think about that, Sashima. Yeah, what if you were on one of those tornadoes when it appears? I wonder if it opens up or something. I also don't know how to... Oh, wait, what just happened? How to engage this thing. Do you see that? It's like moving. You also ran a TeamSpeak server on an old HP machine for some friends until you migrated to Discord. Yeah, Discord really changed the game, didn't it? It just made gaming communication so easy. Now, I do have, like, a spare computer. I still have to put a video card in it and plug in a new power supply, but I could get it all wired up and run the server on there. But I also kind of like the idea of just having like a cloud-based server kind of thing that we can manage and just have on our own. Our upload bandwidth, we get, I think it's about 35 megs up, although that would possibly start to become a problem when I am trying to stream. So there is that to think about. I wouldn't want that causing a problem with the stream, of course. All right, well, let's try it. Let's, I want to try your hypothesis Sashima, let's hang out here when the tornado comes and see if it does anything. It could also be underneath. Yeah, we can swim underneath as well. Oh, and the music thing? Actually, it's showing Gabbro is down there somewhere. Although, this is honestly looking at other planets as well. But this is him on the opposite side of the planet. Yours is 20 megs. I'm not sure how much upload bandwidth running a server would take. It would probably be a lot of really small packets. I don't know if it would really hurt the overall bandwidth too much. Yeah, that's how ours is. We get like a gig down pretty much, max, but the upload is much smaller. I wish we could get fiber where we're at, but Comcast is the best we can do, unfortunately. Yeah, I might look into that, honestly. That's a good idea to do a cloud server for a community thing. Maybe we'll do a vote in the Discord and see how many people would be interested. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe that's not it, Sashima, being on these things when the tornado comes. But I've waited here long enough. We could wait a little bit longer. I wonder if we just come down with so much force it opens up. I'm thinking it's going to kill me. They also have these rings on the other side. I wonder if that had something to do with the tornado as well. And when you play Valheim, you just want to hunt deer and farm. That's what Andy likes to do. She loves doing like the base building, farming, that kind of thing. And I'm the one that goes into the dungeons and does the nitty-gritty dirty stuff, you know. Oh, and that's a good point, too. You could have up to 10 players in the game, max, which would probably have a ton more upload bandwidth. 10 players could be a problem with our community, but I don't think so. I think 10 would be okay. All right, here comes the tornado. Let's see if this does anything. Oh, is that going to open up anything? Oh, the light turned on. Oh, I think we're protected in here. It's like a force field, Sashima. That's cool. Yeah, I think as far as the whole thing is moving, your gravity is stable when you're in this. Nice. Okay, well now let's go with the other theory that there could be a way... Why can't I make that? There could be a way underwater to get into the secret entrance. So we're already on the island that has the thing. Let's try dropping down. Let's see if we can't find a secret entrance under here somewhere. I'm pretty sure this is the island on this side. Oh, I see something there. Wait, is that my ship? That's my ship. I was like, oh, is that it? Oh, go all the way to the bottom. That's an idea. That'd be a very clever hiding spot, wouldn't it? I think... Oh, look at those jellyfish down there, too. I think this is the right island. I might be getting turned around. This could be it, too. Let me get back up and double check which island we're looking at. No, it's over there. Okay, so that was the right island. So there's a site called Nitrado that offers a 10-slot server 30 days for $13. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's probably monthly, though. That makes sense. They get pretty good reviews, Max. Oh, wait a second. Is this it right here? Oh, we're already in it. My ship found it. How did my ship find the secret entrance before I did? No, you were absolutely right, Sashima. Good call. Well, hold on. I don't even have to wait for the storm. I know, what are the odds, Taji, that the storm managed to shove my ship into the secret? Actually, that's probably what happened to me the first time. I thought I glitched through. Okay, so now that we're here, can I land myself on that little island that I want to be on? The very topmost one. I think this is it right here. Oh no, not quite. Darn, okay. Well, that's alright. We'll wait for the storm and then make our way over. Last time, though, my ship did not survive discovering this little secret. This time it did, all without me. Seems generally positive. Nice. Yeah, if that's the best one, that sounds like a good idea. Do you play Valheim Max, or would you be interested? And for anybody that hasn't played it yet, would you be interested? It's such a cool community-focused game where everybody starts building a little town. You build your own little house, your hut. You kind of work on workshops together, all that kind of thing. And you're all pooling together resources. Usually somebody will build kind of like a shed with a bunch of, I guess, chests. And as you go out and get resources, you bring it back, drop it in the right place. I feel like I can get my ship in there. I wish there was a way for me to tell how close the next storm was, but I'll hang out here. We get some cool music right here. Yeah, now, if it's any, I don't know, it depends on the type of game and what you're into, of course, but you know me and my playing habits, I've already put like 70 plus hours into the game, and I'm still not done. We've beat 3 of the bosses on Spider Monkey server, and there's still 2 to go. So it's a pretty big game. There's a lot to do, and that's, I guess if you're just trying to mainline the bosses, you might do it much quicker, of course. Oh, that's a cool idea. A 3-day runtime option. I would probably just do a month and see how it goes, but I like that. Especially if you just want to test the waters, make sure it works. What's nice, though, is you can always do both. Like, you can do the cloud server option, and if you decided, okay, well, we keep doing this, but I don't really want to spend a monthly fee, you can download the server files, the configuration and everything, start your own custom dedicated server, and then run it like that way. Okay, Storm. Anytime now. Perfect, Max. I'll definitely check that out. Andy will probably be in there all the time. She loves playing with other people. Okay, I think it's coming. I think I hear the storm. Seriously, Sashim, I'm surprised we don't die way more often than we do. Oh, crap. Okay, let's get over here real quick. Let's get in here to survive. There we go. Okay, let's hide out here. I'll wait for the storm to pass, and then we can read these last few notes before we get off this island. Or, yeah, off this island, but there's more on this planet to explore. Okay. Ooh. I hope that didn't destroy our ship. Okay, Phlox, I'm curious. Is sending a being's memories back in time the same as sending the being itself back in time? As an example, if we were to send my memories back in time, is that the same as sending me back in time? Not my physical body, but my essence? Daz says, I imagine they're 2 different actions. Cassava, wouldn't both actions be effectively the same? Oop, I think I hear Andy. I think she just got back home. Daz, suppose that time was being rewritten. I believe this is different than receiving memories. Can you hear Jessie? She is so loud. I can hear her on the other side of the house. I believe this is different than receiving memories from what is effectively the future. But isn't the end result identical in either case? That's an interesting thought. Thinking your memories and sending your actual physical self could be kind of the same thing. Okay, now here's my question. How well... Actually, this is the quickest way to get back to my ship. I was gonna say, how well is my ship gonna handle going underwater and escaping? I guess I don't have to worry about that. We're just gonna fly back to the planet. Whoops! I didn't think about that, but I really should have started a death counter with this game. I never did, but it would have made a lot of sense. Hi, baby. A wild Andy has appeared. Is it hot outside? I'm pretty warm. I'm comfy. Ooh. Yeah. Andy brought me a smoothie for lunch. Thank you so much, baby. And do I really think the death counter wouldn't break? It might. We might go over the amount of deaths possible. I know, Kamashika. Very nice. That was awesome. Very thoughtful. Oh, thank you. And she put one of her custom-made mug cozies on it, which drink cozy, whatever. This is awesome. It has a flower. Do you sell these on your Etsy site? She does not sell them anymore. Sorry, guys. You can't get one. Unless you specifically ask. Peanut butter smoothie. So good. Okay. Back to that painful water planet. Yeah, limited edition. She's been kind of trying to focus her Etsy store more on kind of like pet-related stuff, which has been selling much better. Really, you got to find that niche that's going to work for you. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's a really interesting conundrum, Sashima, isn't it? Really, we're discovering what this alien species has already discovered, and then based on that, we might help ourselves get out of this loop. I'm thinking we're going to take their work and hopefully use that to our advantage to fix this. Okay, aborting autopilot. Back down we go. Wait, did I ever go here? Wait, what is this? Hold on, huh? Wait, don't go on the planet yet. What is this thing? I don't remember going here. Can I click on that? I can't seem to connect to that. Oh, that was an island going up. My bad. Oh, they do offer daily backups if you're interpreting it correctly. The price includes it. And you can do 5 different games. That's kind of neat. I think we would only need one. But, I mean, that's cool that you have the option to host multiple games if you wanted to. I jump between 2 games. I have the server Andy and I just play on by ourselves. And I also have one with Spider Monkey. They're both pretty similar as far as like how far we are in the game. I think we might be a bit further in Spider Monkey's. Oh, this is a landing pad, isn't it? I think this is supposed to be a landing pad to have a much safer place to park your vehicle, and it's going to hold it down so you don't lose it all the time. That makes sense. I'm not smart enough to do that the first time, but it makes a lot of sense. What's funny is I could also take the server Andy and I have been working on and upload it to their cloud, and I could just continue playing it there with everybody. But I think it'd be fun to start a brand new server. Oh, that's true, Nate. I actually kind of like this idea. Actually, Max, does it work with different games as well, or is it just Valheim? Because, yeah, I'm liking this idea. We can have a Minecraft server going on. We can have a Valheim server going on all the time, 24/7. I don't mind that at all. Celestial Lynn, welcome. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. I'm just dying over and over and over on these planets. But we're making progress. We're discovering some new things. Hope you're doing well so far. Oh, we need one of those things to plug in here to read the writing. Here it is. Don't mind me, dead body. I'm just going to take this, plug it in right over here, and let's see what they had to say. So it is for 5 to... Oh, we got to get in that thing. Crap, I'm floating around. John, we're going to die. Get in here. We lost gravity. There we go. So yeah, that's another thing Sashima helped me discover, is that once this planet shoots things off into space, you gotta get in this little bubble which will protect you from jostling around from gravity. And Max, honestly, even if it was just 5 different games, but you could run one at a time, I'd be okay with that. We could even schedule it. We're like, we could do votes, and maybe like Monday through Wednesday we have Minecraft, Thursday through Sunday we have Valheim or whatever, split it up, and add new games into there. It all works. We'll figure out something. Okay, so Cassava says, this is it. We finished building the final orbital probe cannon module and are ready to send it into orbit around Giant's Deep for assembly. Our next step will be to send Privet up to the orbital probe cannon to install the probe tracking system. To all my friends here at Construction Yard, my gratitude for your tireless work. I had given up hope. I truly believe this cannon may actually succeed where many other attempts have not. Daz, are you going gelatinous on us, love? I'm delighted by your words, but they're atypical for you. Gelatinous? Is that what they call, like, getting too mushy? Cassava, if I'm ever half as gooey as Malo and Avens behave together, Daz, you may launch me from the orbital space cannon. Nothing wrong with showing your emotions once in a while. And Daz, if I know my brothers, Avens and his spouse will want to launch the probe with as much power as possible. I'm worried the cannon would break under the strain. I propose we give Athens and Malo a slightly lower maximum power setting from the absolute maximum possible to create room for their enthusiasm. And then they're gonna give them fake numbers. They're gonna say, you can't crank it up to 10, that doesn't exist. But you can put it at 8, that's the highest it goes, when it's really not. And you wonder if there's actually a program language for the spirals? There might be, Sashima. Look at the detail. It almost looks like DNA or something, but yeah, this might actually be letters connecting to actually make the language. How cool would that be if this is like a real thing you could interpret if you had the key or whatever you needed? It's kind of cool. Okay, is there anything else here we care about? I don't think so. Oh, here's a little model of the probe that they destroyed with too much power. You know, I just kind of thought of it right now, but it does make me think of this whole time travel aspect. When we start the game every 22 minutes or whatever, when you look up in the sky, you can see the probe firing. But all of the stuff looks like it was destroyed many, many, many years ago. So could that be a time travel thing as well? I'm not sure. There goes Georgie. I don't know what he heard. He heard something that pissed him off. Okay, this is cool. So we can walk along this. I'm not sure where exactly we're trying to get to. Let's just keep exploring. Thank you, Georgie. Yes, you're very loud. Thank you, Georgie. Okay, if I come over here, I should be able to drop off right here. There we go. So we're on the opposite side now. He's just practicing his singing. There's nothing on this side, but it looks like there's something on the other side. Oh, I can't reach it from here. Okay, let's get back on here. Oh, that's why he was barking. Andy went outside to get something. I think we got some mail, possibly. Okay, let's drop off here. I had to check the time. I wasn't sure how late I've been streaming. Okay, we have not been here yet. The control module projection stone. Let's plug it in here and see what kind of writing we find. Cassava, I have bad news, Evans. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. And Evans, I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. Cassava says, tell Privet and Malo they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain at the construction yard, for now. Evans, an update. Malo and I will join you and Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Adea may feel responsible. Cassava, I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Well, something changed because they definitely fired it off. Yeah, Sashima, when we're done with the islands, we'll try to fly down that huge tornado. Maybe that takes us to the core. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's take this thing and also put it in here and see what we see. I think this gives us their memories of what they saw before here. Oh yeah, see, this is the probe cannon, I think, when it was in space. We've already been in this area. No. No, I think I'm wrong. That's not taking us to the past. That's showing us another place here that's connected to this. Because we've seen this place before, when we were on that probe that's floating around. Okay. I had it all mixed up. Okay, 8 minutes and 55 seconds ago, long-range probe cannon successfully launched into orbit. Oh, you just ran a latency test on that site, and you think New York City would probably be the best location so the people in Europe have an alright ping? And the LA one has 172. That's pretty big. Yeah, for sure. We can absolutely do that, Max. Thank you for that test, by the way. Doing homework. I like it. Okay, before we're done with this area, let me make sure there's, that's cool, some drawings. Let me make sure there's nothing else we can do. Oh, there's something on that side too, it looks like. What is that? I think I need to go on this ring right here. So let's jump here. Uh-oh. We're losing it. As long as we're on this anti-gravity wall, we're okay. I don't think the planet shifting around can hurt us, so I'm going to stay here for a second. Yeah, I'll check it too, Max, see what my ping is like. And you think that's one of the greatest horrors? Is a time loop that you can't escape no matter what you do, leaving you with the idea of hope that maybe you could do something to escape, but nothing matters. Like Groundhog's Day, Sashima. Oh, there's another projection stone here. Oh, crap. We're still floating. Well, hold on. So I can grab this projection stone. Is there anything over here? No. Okay, we gotta take it back to where we were before. Now, that music is confusing me. I hear music right now, and I don't know if this music is telling me that we're about to get killed by the sun, or if it's telling me you're just in a cool place and there's some things to look at. Sometimes it just gives you mood music for the hell of it. Alright, so let's try plugging this thing in here. So wait, what was this one again? Brittle Hollow projection stone. We don't know much about Brittle Hollow. We explored the island a little bit, but we kept getting killed. Okay, Kanoi, Daz, and I were lifting the orbital probe cannon components into orbit for assembly, and one somehow sank down beneath the current. Beneath the current. Oh, this might be what you were talking about, Sashima. Maybe we need to get under the water to discover something. Daz. Kanoi, you should have seen it. We thought it was impossible for any cannon components to sink even partially below the current, but ours sank straight to the core. That's right. When I was underwater one time, I actually couldn't go any lower. So you got to find the right spot to go down, which is probably that really big hurricane or tornado or whatever. Daz. Cassava convinced me to not try to recreate the phenomenon myself using the cannon parts, but we're very curious to know what happened. How could something pass through the current? And Kanoi, my gratitude for you for your interesting question. This is exciting. Spire constructed a model of Giant's Deep here at Brittle Hollow's Southern Observatory, and it reveals how an object might sink through the current. Kanoi, I'm unable to grasp the answer by looking through the projection pool. If I visit the observatory, would you kindly explain? And Kanoi, if you don't mind the trek beneath the surface to the South Pole, I'd be delighted to see you. The trailhead starts at Brittle Hollow's equator. There we go. We're getting some hints on how to get there. And also Tsushima. I played Resident Evil 0, but I played it back in 2002 when it first came out for the GameCube. I remember very little, except there's like a train, big scorpion boss, and you played as 2 characters. That's about all I remember. Okay, so if I take this projection stone now and plug it in there, this should show me that place they're talking about on Brittle Hollow. Oh yeah, so this is their experiment showing the hurricanes. And if I can get over there and read that, that might give me more information. I have not been down here before. That's cool. Let's see, RE0, starting life in another world as an anime. Oh, is this a different... This is not the game, but they made an anime about it that has like a time loop? That's interesting, never knew that. Okay, I think we might be done on this island. I think we're done. Because this is the end. We've checked all these areas. That's the beginning area, so we should probably get back to our ship. That's going to be the easiest way to do that. Guess we'll try going this way. You highly recommend it. Season 2, Part 2. Oh, it's a multi-season thing. I was thinking it was like a movie or something. In the basic premise, the main character, when he dies, he gets reset to a past point. That's kind of cool. So it's not like a timing thing, but just when they die, they come back. Whoa! I lost gravity. What happened? Oh, I was on the ceiling. I didn't realize that. Okay, my ship is somewhere back here. There might be one more island on this ship, or we might have discovered them all. I'm not entirely sure. You know, I remember very little about it. But if you like time traveling stuff, and you don't mind foreign movies with subtitles, check out a movie called Time Crimes. It's in Spanish, and it used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but it's a really, really cool movie. It's one of the better, like, I guess, time travel movies I think I've ever seen. Kind of a murder mystery sort of thing. It's really neat. Might be time to fly in the big one. I think so, Tajay. Let's see if I see any more islands. We've been to that one. We've been to that one. There's the big tornado directly to my left. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the guy's ship. We already saw that. We couldn't get inside, unfortunately. That's where they had the statue factory. We did that. I think that was everything. Maybe there's something in the middle of all these. No. The game is so cool. It's so different. Alright, I think you're right. It's time to fly into the big one. Let us see. Should I go from the outside in, or should I just plow right into it? I'm trying to get up high above it. Okay, so we're above it. I think it's right here. Let's go in. You can't actually see it from outside the atmosphere. Whoa! Okay, I think I missed it. Okay, right here. Oh, I can't get in. It's like blocking me. I'm trying to get in, but it won't let me. Maybe that's going to be part of what we have to discover. We could try to go underneath, yeah. Let's see. So it's like right there, I think. Are we making... I think we're making progress. Okay, are we underneath? Let me try going back up now. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, it's right there. So we go down. And it should be straight ahead this way. Oh, no, I am a little bit. Let me go further deep. Although they were saying they've discovered a way to get further down. We don't know what that way is yet. Yeah, I can't seem to go down any further. Yep, we're right up against it. No, it's like a wall. Okay, well, that just means we have to go to that Twin Ash place and check it out. So maybe that's what we should do now. Let's get out of this atmosphere. There we go. Oh, that's it right there. Perfect timing. Let's go to that Ember Twin. Now, we've been here before, but we definitely didn't explore everything. What is that in the distance? Oh, it's like volcanoes coming out of the sun. Oh, did it say Brittle Hollow? No, I think you guys are right. That's true. Okay, let's do that one. The Brittle Hollow, that was the one. Spider Monkey! I'm about to get swallowed by the sun because I got pretty close. But let me zoom out here a minute. Let me fix my chat. There we go. Spider Monkey 83. Welcome, Raiders, to Johncadia. Dajé, thank you for that shout out. Doing some more Lego Pirates. Spider, how did the rest of your stream go? How you doing, buddy? Hopefully you had a great time playing that Lego Pirates with your daughter. I got to jump in there for a bit and check it out. It looked really cool. We were having a long discussion about how we miss co-op split screen games. Like the Lego games do such a good job with split screen, where you're sharing a screen, but anytime you walk in different directions, the game automatically splits, and the split actually changes angle depending on your relation to each other. It's really neat. I love how they do it, and I wish we had more split screen games like that. You had all the fun. Did you guys beat it, or how far did you get? I don't know how long those games are. I think I own probably 4 or 5 of the Lego games on Steam, but I've never really tried them. I know what they're like, how you're busting things up and solving puzzles and collecting all those Legos, but I just never actually tried one myself. You beat the first 3 movies. Oh, sweet. So how many are there? Are there 4 Pirates movies, or do they have 5 already? I'm not sure, but does that Lego game contain all of them? That would be pretty cool. I know the Star Wars movies definitely contained a few. But welcome, Raiders. It's great to have all of you. We are playing a space exploration game called Outer Wilds, and this game is wild. That's all I can say. You have so much freedom to go between any planets you want to, and we're kind of reading alien language and trying to piece everything together. We're also stuck in this time loop where every 22 minutes or so, the sun goes supernova and consumes us all. And then we die, but we come right back to where we started. Jump in our ship, launch, and try to discover more stuff. And The Dead Men Tell No Tales wasn't that great of a movie. Was that the one with the mermaids? I think the ones with mermaids was the last one I saw. So there's 5 movies, but only 4 in the games. Okay, so they have to catch up, I guess. Maybe they'll make another one, or if the movie wasn't that good, maybe they won't. Yeah, I forget which one had the mermaids. That's Stranger Tides. Okay, that was the last one I saw. I don't think I've seen that new one then, which kind of surprises me because Andy is a big fan of the franchise, so I'm not sure why I haven't, I guess. Okay, I'm trying to escape the sun right now. The sun is right on top of me. Oh, there's that bramble right there. Okay, let's go here. So we're trying to... Wait, was it bramble? No, Brittle Hollow. Brittle Hollow. There's another one. Okay, not that one. Oops, I got out of my ship. Crap! I meant to put auto on, not get out of my ship. There we go. Okay, let me check the map. Brittle Hollow, where are you? Dark Bramble. There it is. It's right behind. Oh, it's right behind me. Okay, we've locked on to Brittle Hollow. Now I just gotta find it. There we go. Now we are going there. I think we've been to Brittle Hollow. I'm not entirely sure. Now, Spider Monkey. Out of all of the different Pirates movies, which is your absolute favorite? Is it the first one, or did you like one of the sequels better? And Mira also sang with you, Mirabelle? That's awesome. That's great. One of the songs, she was trying to catch up, but she wasn't quite sure where to jump in. It was cute. But I'm glad she got to sing some more with you. Oh, yes, I do remember coming here. Well, I remember going into one of those volcanoes, I think. I don't remember going here exactly. Let's find a good place to land. Uh-oh. I gotta turn myself around. There we go. Ooh, that was not a great landing. Okay, I saw something over here. Yeah, let's not land on the volcanic moon. I think we already got what we needed to there. Okay, I do remember coming here. Yeah. We actually explored this area a lot. So we're looking for a train head at the equator. Thank you. God, how the hell do I know where the equator is? I don't remember exploring this area. Oh, is that the equator right there? Let's see, is there a visible line for us? I don't think so. There's a black hole in the center. I know that. Oh, that's right. This planet is constantly falling apart as we're here. So the later you come to this planet, the worse off you are. What is that? I don't remember this. Let me try checking out this place. So you'd say it's between Curse of the Black Pearl and Dead Man's Chest. Ah, so you actually like some of the sequels best. Nice. Which is the one where Johnny Depp is in that really big wheel and it's running around. I remember that from one of the sequels. I think that was the third one, maybe? I've seen 4 of them, but I've only seen the first one multiple times. So the sequels are a little fuzzy for me. That was the second movie. Okay. Right, is there a way in this place? Let's try getting up to the top. Nope. I was hoping there might be an entrance there. That's where we part. So your end goal is a southern observatory, but he said the way starts in the equator. So this is probably where I'm trying to get into, Tajay, is my guess. But our entrance is nowhere near here. Oh crap, we're running out of time. Well, we're just going to watch the sun and sip on a nice smoothie as we wait for the end. No, I'll try to find a way in. So let's follow this around. As the place splits up, maybe we'll even be able to see some path that goes in there. Okay, this is dangerous, but do we see any... Oh, that's right, there's a lot of teleporters too. I bet there's going to be a teleporter that takes us right in there. If I jump off there, I'm just getting eaten up by the black hole. Let's jump in our ship and explore a little bit. Yeah, I like that music that it plays right before the end is coming. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it helps to use your boost to get a little bit quicker around the ground. You just got to be careful not to go too fast and wreck yourself. Okay, what I was hoping... Wait, what is that thing? Is that not my ship? Is that a different ship? Wait, what ship is that? We're about to lose. Hold on. What ship is that? There's another ship here. I can't get inside. We're dead. We're so dead. That was kind of cool. I had no idea there was another ship there. That's interesting. I don't know what the deal with that was. It must be the guy playing banjo on the planet, right? I guess he left his ship there and couldn't get back to it. I think he said he fell, if I remember his story correctly, which is how we found him, actually. We fell gracefully and managed to land in a good spot. All right, we actually got a lot done there, but I'm going to go back to that planet and get into that observatory. So what do you guys think of the concept of this game? Just how it works? I think it's just so unique. I've never really played anything quite like it. I've played a lot of games where you gotta kind of... You're given no direction and you discover the story, for sure, but this is definitely a unique take on that. get a little bit of distance. Okay, now let's find our planet. There's Brittle Hollow. Connect there. And autopilot so I can enjoy the smoothie. Don't crash into our planet. Okay, that was getting close. I was a little worried. What is that over there? I don't remember going to that planet. Maybe we did. Okay, if we come here very quickly, much of it has not been destroyed yet. It looks like the entire surface is intact. Okay, so come down here. Oh, bonk. Don't fall, John. Try not to get sucked into the black hole. You probably were not meant to take your ship down here. But yeah, look at all this area. I'm trying to find where there might be a path that takes us into that observatory. Oh, this might be it. I think we've been here before, though. I remember we can't fit here. I'm going to ditch my ship. Let's see if I can get out safely. Ooh, just barely. Okay. Perfect parking job. I think we've read these before. Yep, we're on the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. We've been here. So one thing we can do is we can take these little teleporters, we can turn them off, or we can reverse the direction. So what I really want to do is find a path to get to that observatory. There's this one too. Look at all the different directions this one goes. Where does that... Oh, I didn't know you could break that. Can I read it still? Oops. There we go. Oh, it fixes itself. That's cool. The crossroads. Does that take me to where I need to go? I don't know. We could try it. I'm not sure which direction you want to go. You can kind of turn yourself a little bit, I think. Okay, I think I want to go left. Scared to get launched out of this. Sucked in the black hole. Okay, we're near our buddy now. That takes us up. Is there any way to change that? We might have some new things to tell our friend as well. It's been a long time since we've seen him. Oh, you launched. That's great. Great job, man. We've read all this because we talked to him before. I'm in a hurry. Can I ask you something? I learned something. I think we've told him about all of these. I'm pretty sure we've seen those. Okay, so nothing new for him yet. Okay, well that's good. Now I know how to get here again. The real question is, what's a good way to get out of here again? That only goes one way. I don't see a way to turn it around. Oh, I guess this thing we need to change. Okay. Now, is it possible to... Okay, this goes to quantum... I guess it only goes to that one place. With the different directions, I got excited, thinking like, ooh, which way do we want to go? But I think it always generally takes you to the same place. So we'll go here, and then use that other transporter that takes you up, and we'll check that one. Could this be the equator that they were talking about? I still don't know how to get in there. I don't think we've been in there yet. With this broken bridge, I don't know exactly what we need to do. Okay, so we're going to change this. Oh, it's already going up. Perfect. Okay. This is kind of taking us maybe to the same area. I don't know. Oh yeah, so here's the outside of this area I was looking up at. So you'd think there'd be an entrance, right? Oh, what was that? Oh, I remember going down there before. Okay. Let me check this side. We got some stairs. Lots and lots of stairs. Never-ending stairs. And there is plant life up here, that's right. Okay, beneath your feet lies the Tower of Knowledge. We already knew that. I just haven't been able to get in there. I don't know if we need to, though. Oh yeah, there's definitely things to read in there. Okay. Well, crap, how are we doing that? Oh, and this talks about this trees moving and the different statues. That's right. Gosh, I feel like we need to fix that bridge or do something like that. I don't see another way to get in there. Whoa. Okay, things are breaking apart. This is not good. I was wondering, is there another entrance through the side here? I don't think so. That teleporter just takes us all the way to the top, but with no way to actually get inside. I guess we got to go back down and try to find a way up through the center. Somehow skipping the bridge, I suppose. We can shoot a probe, but we can't read any of the writing with a probe. We actually have to take our tool there, so it doesn't really help us. Wait, what about these? I don't think I read these. Entrance to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Okay, so yeah, that's supposed to be the entrance. And Southern... Oh, this says Southern Observatory. Maybe this is the way we want to go. Okay, wait, scratch that. Let's try going this way. Wait, go back? Did I miss something? What'd you see, Tajay? Oh, and they also have directions? Oh, south 550 meters. That's what you were looking at, right? Which, unfortunately... could you call that a compass, what we have on the left side? I don't know. But I think it's just saying this path leads to the observatory, which, of course, it broke right there, but we are supposed to go this way. Yeah, we know about that entrance, Tajay. Unfortunately, it's blocked by that stupid bridge being broken. So this thing, if we activate this, should take us to that observatory, though. So the way that's coming back. Is that right? Okay, I think this might take us there. Oh, no! Oh, you have to hit those things just right. Darn it. I thought it was just going to, like, take me there without me touching anything. That looks cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I getting out of there? Hold on, hold on. Land, land, land. Land. Oh, darn it. I thought I could have made it. Alright, so we just went through a black hole, which means it spits you out in the middle of space, but there is this one... slow down. There is this one space station you can kind of get into to teleport yourself somewhere. Unfortunately, you're so far away from your ship, it often doesn't help you that much. So I think that is what I need to do, Tajay. I just need to guide my body into those other paths. Otherwise, we just miss it. Okay, is it active? It's not active. Okay, so we need to take this. I vaguely remember this. We need to go down. Oh crap, I think we're already running out of time. If I take this guy, put it in one of those, that activates the teleporter. Then we can go into this guy right here, and you just stand here and wait. Once this arrow lines up with that, it's going to teleport us to that station. So we just play the waiting game. That is tricky though. You miss that one split-second movement, and you have a lot of work to recover. Now we've been here before. Oh, that took us back to Brittle Hollow. Okay, I couldn't remember which place it took me to. Well, how close are we or far are we from the observatory? I want to see if I can land on that thing. Oh, too hard. Too hard. Darn it. Well, it's quick enough. I just want to get back to my ship anyway. Let's do the time warp again. Have you ever seen one of those shows live, Tajay? I know they have huge live audiences for that kind of stuff. Many times. That's cool. I've only ever seen the movie. Never seen a live show, but I have a lot of friends that are really big into that. Okay, let's get back there. I think we were on the right path. We found the signs to the observatory. I just couldn't make that jump. I wonder if I took the wrong one. There was like 2 of those teleporters, and you could change the trajectory, I think. So I think the planet... Is that it right there? No. It's actually just on the opposite side of our planet. Is that it? That's the after... No, that's the moon. There it is. And autopilot. This is probably the toughest planet, I think, because of that black hole. It's so dangerous. It just sends you a place you don't want to go. You're not ready to go. Okay, oh crap, where was the best place to land for that? Let's see if I can find that spot again. Let's see. It's so nice getting here early before it starts completely falling apart. Was that it? No. Well, actually, yeah, I think this was it. I think it was right down here. Okay, so let's land here. And then I think the teleporters are just right down this staircase right here. So it's pretty quick to get there. One time when I made that jump, trying to get down the stairs too quickly, I think I fell right into the black hole. Oh, I missed a signal. I think we found it before, but I'm trying to remember what it was. I think there was a power source or something, Tajay. Let's see if we can find it. Yep, unidentified signal. Was it a power source? What's up there? Okay. Did I not do this before? Quantum fluctuations. I think it's that the stone itself. It's one of those stones that move around when you're not looking at it. Yeah, see, it just moved again. That's why it's doing that. I'm pretty sure we already read the notes up there. Gosh, it's dark. Yeah, I think I went there. I just never scanned it. Kind of like I do with all the people, right? Yeah, it's definitely nice to mark those things off so you're like, okay, good, I did that. Done. So this is the Southern Observatory. That's definitely where we want to go. I just gotta make that jump and land in those kind of like, I don't know, gravity traction beams or whatever you call them. So if I turn it on, there's two directions. That one seems like it goes up. What if I change it this way? Doing the same thing. I don't know what the difference is, so I'm going to actually just put it up, and we'll try this again. This time when it launches me, I need to go to the left or right to be sure I get pulled in by one of those. How about this? Oh dear God. How do you do that? I was going so fast. I don't know what I was supposed to do. I'm just trying not to get eaten up by the thing. I'm going so fast. Oh, it'd be nice if I could land there somehow, some way, please. Huh? Oh, that ain't happening. Darn it. Okay. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe it seems so janky. It's not quite the right thing to do, you know? Yeah, see, I need like a suicide option so I can just get back there quickly. Although, this thing does take you back to that planet, which is nice. Oh, slow down, slow down! Okay, where's my entrance? Right here. It is nice that this thing exists at all, and it takes you back to the same planet, because if it didn't, oh, it would be miserable. Because there's no way you're quickly getting back there without your ship. So we go down, power this thing back up. Back up here. And then just patiently wait. I like looking up for whatever reason. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. Any second now. Where is it? Oh, it's coming. 3, 2, 1. Boop. There we go. So, I wonder what the quickest way to get there from here is. I guess we could check our handy dandy map, which is not very useful when it's that far out. Can I really see anything? Not really. We'll just keep exploring. Try to find a way down. Just got to be careful with the limited amount of fuel we have. Okay, I think I see a hole right here. Is there anything to jump down to? Not at all. Okay, we won't go that way. I'm running out of fuel quickly. This is not good. Okay, there's that area. We went there before, but I remember there was a section of that ghost matter which killed me before. Gotta be extra careful. Trying to be extra stingy with my fuel. Be nice if there's some place to refuel right here. That might be a little too convenient. There is this path down here. I thought we kind of explored it pretty well, but I'm sure there was some stuff we were missing. We went through this a few times. I remember I got to an area that had a bunch of those anti-gravity crystals that you could walk along, and man, those things were... I got really far into that area. I don't know if I really discovered anything, and then I would drop off and get killed or go into the black hole. This place is dark. I think it was this way. Yeah, we tried following these stones one time. I guess let's try this again. I'll be... Oh, why? Why? Just like that. I was right along those crystals, and the game just said, nope, John, guess what? I don't care where you are. You're dropping. Well, we can try going in the... Oh, I'm out of fuel. We just have fumes. Okay, I'm going to try to use my fumes to get into the ship. Maybe I could just kill myself. There we go. That's better. That's much better. I was out of fuel. We weren't doing much anyway. Well, dang. Now it's getting tough. Getting into that observatory is tricky. But I think we found the right path with the signs and everything. I just think that thing that launches you isn't connected to anything correctly. So maybe that's not the right way at all. Or maybe I'm just being dumb and I'm not controlling myself enough in space with the suit when it launches me to connect properly. Maybe I need to slow myself down because it shot me way too far to actually land where I wanted to. That's true. Maybe it was the speed, Taji. Maybe if you put it down, it does the same thing but with less velocity. That could be it. We could try that. Alright. So it's always on the other side of the planet. Let's kind of go around. Is that it? No, that's the Ember Twin. That's it right there. And what other planets do we need to go to? Probably all of them. Honestly, once I kind of feel like I've exhausted everything, we need to go back to the computer and research the notes to see where it says there's more to be discovered here. Because that's going to help a lot. And just a thought, but what you would try next, and if that doesn't work, then another attempt to set it up. Start firing the booster to slow yourself down as soon as you step through. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking originally. I'll probably do both. If it looks like I'm going to overshoot it, I'm going to quickly try to just slow myself down as much as possible. Unfortunately, the way your boosters work in this game, you have a limited amount you can do, not based on your fuel, but you can only boost for about 3 seconds or so before it just stops working until you land, which would mean you gotta slow down. Slow down, John. Okay. I think where I want to go is right there. Yeah. So you only get about 3 seconds to boost and then it's over. So you really got to make those 3 seconds count. I've noticed after landing like 100 times, I don't care about the how smooth of a landing this is as when I first started. I definitely did some very delicate NASA-like landings, and now I'm just kind of like, bonk! Okay, good, we're good, let's go. Okay. Let's kind of remember how to get there, that's good. So we tried it with that setting up first. Let's try down. Let me take a look. I don't think it matters if I go left or right. It should be about the same. Oh yeah, see, that's still way overshooting it. There we go. There we go. Oh. Yes! Success. Yeah, I think it was slowing down, Tajay. Slowing down in midair is what we needed. Okay, what the hell is this? We made it to this little island. Does that help us? Should I try going to the other island? I feel like I'm just stuck here. I can't do anything with this. Usually that crystal would let you walk on the walls, I think. That's true, Tajay. If it's going to die anyway, you can't care too much. Okay, I'm going to try jumping over to this island. I don't know if this one's any better. Oh, there we go. I didn't even realize that was there. Okay, so we can walk on this wall. I guess we just walk right here. And then cross here. God, this place is so dangerous because one misstep and I'm going back in that black hole. With no easy way of getting back here. Came from that direction. So do I go here? Or do I go there? Let's go here first. Nothing there. I mean, it makes sense from a story world perspective why this place is so difficult to navigate, because the whole thing's getting sucked up into the black hole as we are trying to maneuver. Oh, that might be it over there. Maybe that's the entrance. I'm not sure. It looks like the end. Keep going. Okay, cross right here if this helps at all. Jump up there. Nope, that's black hole. Okay, crap. Is there nothing here at all? We keep going down a little bit by little bit. No, if I go any further, I'm dead. Crap. Oh, there's more things on the wall to walk on. I'm supposed to do that? Jeez, game. Okay, I'm going to try to jump onto the wall without dying. Stay near these things. Not only do I have to balance on these, but I have to worry about this too. Come on, game. Okay. Photo mode. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you want to be. Okay. Well, I suppose I just jump over it and then hope that I land back on the wall and not float off into space into the black hole. What are the chances of me doing this? Can't I just run through it really quick and not completely die? Alright, let's try it. Ready? Set. Oh no! Get back on the wall! I knew that was gonna happen. So, I don't even know if that was the right way. I don't even know if that was going where I wanted to go. I guess I can do that whole thing again, but this time jump up to the left because gravity is going to pull me to the right and then hope that I reconnect on the wall. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Get in here. That whole section seems very mean. Let's see. And it looked like there's so many different ways to go as well. Like regarding the branching paths when you're jumping from island to island. Like I had no idea if that was really going to the observatory. I could have been going someplace completely different. Okay. Smoothie break while I wait for my teleport. You know, now that I think about it, it might make more sense for me to leave my ship where this thing takes me to, because then I can refuel when I actually get back there, because my ship is like on the other side of the planet. Kind of hard to reach. Although from here, I don't know if there's a good way to get the observatory. Wait a second. That's how I know where the equator is. Just using this little map. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Okay. So I still think that might be the right path, but there could be something easier that I missed. Unfortunately, at the North Pole, it's a little tougher to get out of here. Is that fuel I see? Heck yeah. Okay, good. Never mind, the game was actually very nice with this little refueling jetpack station there. Ow. That hurt. Okay. So we are right at the equator right now. Oh, that looks like we were correct in the first place, because our ship is just right over here. And this is pretty much right on the equator. So no, I think we were doing it right the whole time. Okay, well, we do get another shot at it, at least. And we have enough fuel to do it. Yeah, I don't know what else I might be missing. Wait a second. When I walk by this window... Oh, it's to launch your scout. I'm like, why did that thing pop up? And Dan Trigger, welcome back. Hope you're having a good weekend too. I'm having a great weekend. How's yours going so far? I'm making a lot of progress in this game, but I'm definitely having some trouble on this planet particularly. We're trying to get to the observatory, which we found out about on that big green planet, the green giant or whatever it was called. But I'm finding in this area, it's really tricky to both land. Oh gosh, that part, that took me a few times to figure out. And then I got to this area where it looked like I had to jump across a bunch of that ghost matter in order to make any progress at all. I think this is where I was going, yeah. So now I start jumping from little island to island. Pretty sure this is the right way. Oh my gosh, it exploded like right on top of me. Oh no, no! I think I took too much time, because this is my second time here. I already got sucked into the black hole once. Oh, make it to that, make it to that. Make it to that. Make it to that teleporter. No, not quite. Okay, well, it's time to reset, guys. Let's go as fast as we can, head first into this, and see if we can't get a reset. Ouch! There we go. We need that 20-minute timer, because everything's already fallen apart. Am I right, Dan, in thinking that is going to the observatory? Because we found a bunch of information about the observatory, and it told us it was on the brittle planet. And then we found the sign that said it was going there, so I think we're on the right path. It could have been a timing thing too. Maybe I got there so late. Maybe not, Dan. No, if it's more of a spoiler, maybe not. You really want to know? But I've gotten so close, I have to figure it out. It could be something completely optional. The only thing I didn't realize about this game, I didn't really know about the time mechanic either, but I kind of wish I had started a death counter in this game, because I've died so many times. And now I'm so far off, I don't know how many times I have died. There we go. Would you say Brittle Hollow is your favorite, Dan, of all the different planets? Joe, thank you for the cheers, buddy. What's going on, Bojuka Joe? Long time no see. All those unicorns. Oh my goodness. Let me drop a token in there for you guys. That is awesome. What is up, Joe? What's new? How's your weekend going so far? We're having a really nice weekend today. I'm thinking we might barbecue today. If not, possibly tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow. Oh, no, no, no. No, don't hit the planet. Don't hit the... Oh, God, that was close. I was not paying attention. That thing almost got me. Almost hit their volcanic moon. Have you ever seen this game, Joe? This is a really neat, interesting game. Oh, you started watercoloring. You're doing this project where you do postcards for people. That sounds really awesome. So are they like the normal 3x5 kind of postcard side and you do all of your art in there? That's a really nice idea. And what kind of artwork are you doing? Is this like what are you using for inspiration, or I guess what is like the subject of your art? Oh, doing animals. That's awesome. Everybody loves animals. Okay, so I've seen that area. I always have a hard time finding the place where I go to actually get down there. It takes me a trip or two around the planet. So you do love how it disintegrates little by little, and the black hole spits you on the other side of the solar system. Hey, at least you can get back pretty quickly, though. It's more of a detour than anything, Dan. But I guess you could also use it... Okay, well, there's the North Pole. I need to get to the equator again. You could use it, I guess, to get to that side of the solar system really quick if you wanted to. Okay, that's not it. Where is my little section? So you ask them about it, then you choose one of those and give them their address, and you write a haiku on the back. Oh, that's cute. So not just the artwork, but they get some poetry as well. Okay, there's the little tip. Where the heck is my entrance? I think I keep going around on the wrong side. Yeah, I mean, dying is definitely just part of this game, Dan. I kind of wish I had started a death counter, though, just for fun. Just to, so I know. It took me like 175 deaths. Am I blind? Did I go right by it already? Let me get a bit of distance. Okay, well, let me try going down here. Since I can't find the place I want to go, I want to try actually just squeezing down here. I don't think I've done this before. What if I land right here? Where does this leave me? I don't know if I've actually been down in this section before. I think I have. Yeah, so Joe, in this game, we're pretty much exploring alien planets. Oh, I forgot to turn these guys off. Some alien planets and deciphering this alien language to find out what they were doing here, what happened to them, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this bridge goes pretty far this way. Oh, I see some of those things you can walk on the wall with. And I hear banjo music. Oh, is this where our buddy is? Maybe we need to tell him what we found so far. I can hear him. He's really close. Okay, this is the gravity cannon. Maybe he was around the side. Now, I wasn't actually trying to get to the gravity cannon, so I really don't want to mess with this right now. Where's our buddy? I should be able to walk over there. There we go. Okay, let's try walking down. So yeah, these purple crystals let you essentially walk on walls. It's tricky though. You got to be really close to them, otherwise you lose your footing. And that black hole is creepy, staring right into it. Here's our buddy. Oh wait, you know what? I think I already talked to him not too long ago. That's right. And we've already told him everything we discovered. Okay, so let's use one of those teleporters to get the heck out of here. That takes us to that area. I don't want to go there. Or do we? Actually, I think that is a shortcut to where I wanted to go. Yeah, I think we can still get to the observatory from here. It's just around the corner once you land here. And Dan, I don't know if it's something I'm missing, but I still haven't figured out how to get up there. Because this bridge is gone, of course. Okay, where was it? Maybe it was up at the top. And then we just take the stairs down, I think. There is something we're missing, okay. But we're not... Is it something I can do right now? Or is it something I need to come back to later, I suppose? Okay, so I think... this is how we get to the observatory. Unfortunately, I wasted so much time getting stuck. I'm a little worried it might start falling apart on me. Yeah, this area right here has definitely been the most difficult part of the game for me so far. So we jump from island to island before they collapse, because they are on a time limit. And to be honest, when I found that area with the ghost matter and you having to jump across, I don't even know if that was the right direction. It looks like there's different ways you can go here. But they might also all end up at the same place. Yeah, they all kind of look like they go to the same area. Okay. Yeah, so this is close to where I got stuck before. So I get up here. I can jump onto this wall. And then the game tells me, watch out, there's ghost matter ahead. So we take out our camera. And I can see it right there. That's going to kill me. So I need to be able to jump across this. My guess, when I tried it before, I went straight across. Didn't work. I lost my footing, fell into the black hole. So my guess is because you kind of fall this way, I need to actually jump up that way, and then falling, hope I land close enough to these things that they grab me. But I'm not sure. Good luck. Oh God. Okay. Don't like that at all. I guess that was it. Does this wrap around? Sweet. Okay, I think we made it. And oxygen refilled. Thank goodness. I don't know how many times I died trying to do that. I had the idea right the first time, just not the execution. Can we make that jump? I'm so used to the green giant planet where the gravity's so strong you can't make any jump. Let's jump up there. There might be something right in here. What is this? Nope. Just a little building. Okay, let's drop back down. Don't trust that. I think it's a black hole. Crap, now where do I go? Oh, there's a teleporter there. Hey, Samoan girl, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh, sweet, Joe. I appreciate it. I look forward to checking that out. Oh, we need to jump all the way up there. Okay, well, let's try this out. Please make it, please make it. Oh, just barely. Hey, this is the observatory. We saw this in like using one of those tablets earlier that shows us a different area. Cool. Okay, so I really wanted to read these notes over here. This might tell us the secret in how to get through these hurricanes into the center of that planet. Alright, Kanoi. Kasava's construction yard has been pulling the cyclones on the Giant's Deep to lift orbital probe cannon parts into orbit. But one component was pushed down past the current that usually prevents anything from sinking. Spire and I are crafting a model to determine why this happened. An update. It's clear now there are 2 different types of cyclone. There also exists a rarer type of cyclone that spins the opposite direction and pushes objects beneath the waters and below the current. Oh, wow. And Kasava, my gratitude, Spire. Kanoi is showing me your handiwork, and I'm intrigued by this secondary type of cyclone. But was it really necessary to build a model to tell me that? The model will be useful as we continue monitoring Giant's Deep. Spire. Also, I very much wanted to make a model. It's like, it needed. I just really wanted to make it. And Spire says, most cyclones on Giant's Deep rotate clockwise. These are the cyclones Kasava typically uses to send components into orbit. Okay, so we need to find one that is counterclockwise. Okay. Finally, Tasha, you have reached your destination. And you were reading Erased the manga, but you kept dozing off. Yeah. Does that speak negatively, Simone Girl, about Erased the manga, or were you just really tired? I never heard of Erased, though. Is it any good? What do you think of it? Okay, well, before we just go check out the cyclones, there's definitely going to be some stuff we can look at here. So we got one of these things. This is Giant Deeps. Oh, so if I put this in here, we're going to see the same place we were on Giant's Deep. Yeah, we've been here before. Is there a tablet we can put this in? Maybe read something? I don't know. There's also a door-looking thing over here. Can we use this? Another recording. Well, let me get some of my smoothie again. I'm here. I did it. I put the ship down safely. In that the ship went down, and I didn't sustain bodily harm. A few minor repairs, and it's like the ship never even hit those rocks. One of my better attempts. Feldspar would barely have laughed at me, I bet. That's the good news. The bad news... Oh yeah, all these recordings, these are from our people, not the alien race. The bad news. I haven't found a way inside the structure yet. The door is broken, and I'm not even great at exploring. But I think I would have found a different entrance by now, if there were one. Probably. I can't get inside from here, but I know there are paths below the surface. I'm going to head north to the ruins on the equator to try to find a way down, which is what we did. A very, very painful way down, but I don't think he ever found his way in there. Oh... That's why there was this ship here. Okay. I remember we saw that earlier, just randomly. Now, my question to this alien race, why make your entrance so difficult? Even in their notes to each other, they're kind of saying, yeah, it's a real pain to get to. Okay, what's up here? There's got to be more in here. It was cozy and warm, and that makes you sleepy. And it's an anime based on the 9-volume book series, and it has 12 episodes. Is that the entire thing, or is there still more of the anime coming out? Whoa, this is cool. Okay, so this shows us like the solar system, I think. Oh, each one of these shows us more of the solar system. There's one for each planet. Well, of course we gotta put them all on there. That's cool. What is that? There's some stuff way outside of the solar system. All kinds of stuff. What is going on? It's like going in and out. Is this them going to the solar system? I don't know. Oh, we saw that symbol before. We saw something that looks just like that. Okay, we got some more notes. Oh, you heard that they rushed the endings? You wanted to read it? Yeah, get the best version first, Samoan, and then go back and check the anime. And Tajay, they probably had keys to the front door. Can't make it uncontrolled enters easy. That's true. Hopefully they had an easy way to get there. Although, even I think in some of the notes we read, Tajay, they were saying like, oh yeah, you can take the long trek going through all this, or you can use this device to look inside, you know? Okay, how should our methods change as we continue our search for the eye of the universe? Malo says, we know what the eye looks like thanks to the quantum moon. So what if we try to find the eye visually instead? Let's sound out a probe. And Avens, we need to build a probe launching mechanism to cover those long distances quickly. A cannon in orbit around a celestial body would circumvent the need to escape gravity's pull. And then Cassava, Giant's Deep would be a good choice. It's the furthest from the sun, so it would provide the best angles for launch. And it's moonless, except when the quantum moon is visiting. Yes, let's build a cannon in orbit around Giant's Deep, which they did. And then Privet says, as we couldn't find the eye's signal using two different devices built for the exact purpose, we should discontinue the search method. And Cassava says, Malo's idea is clever, but we have no idea where the eye is in relationship to here. The probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. And Kanoi, I believe I have a solution for that problem. Have you spoken with Raimi and Pai about technology they're developing? And then it cuts off, of course. I don't think we've even seen it yet, Tajay. No, my guess, they said it only appears at certain times. I don't think I've noticed that yet. Oh, there's another one over there, too. I totally missed this one. I was playing with all those planet things. I missed it. I like the music it plays when we're here. Okay, let me get a quick drink first. That's good though, Simone, that they are close to the source material. I like it when they do that. Oh, maybe I should have read this one first. What have we learned thus far in search for the eye of the universe? Plume says, those of us on the vessel originally followed the eye's signal to the star system, but we were unable to warp to the eye itself. And Privet, the locator we built on the Adelrock, that's our moon, isn't it? Adelrock? And the new, more sensitive locator we built here were both unable to detect any trace of the eye's signal. And Avens, hypothesis, the eye has stopped emitting its signal. And Malo, based on our knowledge of the quantum moon, we believe the eye is in orbit around the star system sun. This would mean the eye is located within a finite, albeit enormous range. And Cassava, suppose the eye doesn't wish to be found. And Plume, Cassava, how can you suggest that? The eye's signal called out to summon us to the star system. So now we know why they came here. Cassava, I'm aware. I grew up hearing the eye's story, yet we're no closer to finding it than we were when we first arrived here. So this eye of the universe sent out some kind of signal to these people, so they traveled all the way to our solar system and are building all kinds of contraptions to help find it. So they mentioned something on the moon. I remember seeing that thing that we used with our signal scope that helped heighten what we could find. I wonder if we need to do something there with this to help us find that eye. Unlike Avatar, did they wreck that manga to anime transition. That's a bummer. Okay, well, after all of that, I need to get back to the ship, but I don't know if there's any really good way of doing so. Where does this take us? See, that brings us inside of here. Oh, did I miss this? Or did I already do this? I think I already did that. Let me check. I think I left that thing right out here. Let me put it in here. I don't remember if we read this or not. I don't think we did. Okay, Kanoi, Daz, and I were lifting the orbital probe cannon's components into orbit for assembly, and one somehow sank down beneath the current. Okay, this sounds familiar. Yeah, they're just talking about how things go beneath the current, and that's how we found out the clockwise ones push up and the counterclockwise pushes down. So we need to find a counterclockwise hurricane, a tornado. Hey, welcome back, Nate. How are your chores? Hopefully you get a little bit of break now. Laundry. Luckily, laundry, if laundry takes like 3 hours, you're only working like 20 minutes of that time. Oh, I've died many times. Many, many, many times. Oh yeah, we've already read all this. Okay. So we actually just found out, Nate, how to get to the center of that giant green planet with all the water. We have to find one of the cyclones that's actually spinning counterclockwise. The ones that spin clockwise push out. Oh no, my ship's on the other side of the planet. I don't know if we have enough fuel to get there. But I will try. Actually, by the time I get to my ship, I might already be sucked into the black hole because everything's fallen apart. Oh no! I almost lost it there. Oof. Stay on solid ground, John. Okay. Is there someplace I can jump to? I wonder if I can make it to that island. I'm gonna try. Oh no. Oh yeah, we made it. We made it. I don't know if I'm gonna have a good landing, but we made it. Ooh, okay. Our ship is getting closer. We're down to about 200 meters, but I'm trying to find my way down there. Crap, we're running out of fuel. That's not good. That's a good point. That's true, Nate. It does kind of work out like that. Much less just like lore based, and so much more just like, I guess, location based story, like environment based storytelling. You're not likely to like miss people dying or something like that. Oh, that's right. I landed down here, didn't I? On this thing. I forgot all about that. Oh, man. I almost didn't make that. Ooh. I forgot all about leaving my ship there. Okay, let's refuel. I'm pretty low on time, but I'm going to try my best to try to get to that big planet and see if we can't find a cyclone going counterclockwise. Okay, we're off of that planet. Where's the big guy? Here's the sun. The big one should be the easiest to find. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Zoom out. Oh, is it on the other side of the sun? Yeah, it is. Oh no. Just as I do that, the world is ending. And Avatar the series was amazing, but the movie was abysmal. Oh, do you mean the one by M. Night Shyamalan, Samoan Girl? I heard terrible things about that. I never watched it myself, but I heard it was absolutely awful. It was the weirdest thing. Shyamalan started off as a great director, and then his movies got progressively worse and worse and worse, and then he started getting better again. I don't know what changed. Okay, well, I'm going to fly into this planet, but I doubt we're going to have time to find what I'm looking for. Oh god, there's the big one. Now that big one is going clockwise, so we have to find a smaller one that's going counterclockwise. Which on my screen, it'll look like it's going from right to left. All of those appear to be going the same way. Uh-oh, I just heard the sun explode. No, I don't see any of this. There might be one all by itself that's not near a bunch of other ones that's doing what we expect. Crap. Oh, there it goes. The sun killed us. We were just waiting for that. Yeah, and it's really interesting how, and it's kind of drip fed in a way, Dan, but each little bit gives you a much broader understanding of what's really happening. I was so lost, obviously, as everyone is at the beginning of this game, but now I feel like I know the aliens' purpose. I know what a lot of their structures were for and things like that. It's a really cool way to build the story. You lost part of your life to that thing, Simone girl? Oh no. And I love that, Tajay. We don't talk about that movie. What movie? What movie, Tajay? They never made an Airbender movie. They should. They should make an Airbender movie. They never did. Unfortunately. Just pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, so back to that giant water planet, and let us find... Luckily, it's like right there. Let us find a cyclone going counterclockwise. All the rest go clockwise. But the one that goes counterclockwise should push us down to the center. Almost done with the smoothie. And actually, wow, it's almost 4 o'clock. That'll probably be the last thing we do. So let's find that out. I'm curious to see what the heck is down there. Each one of these planets just holds so many different mysteries. Oh my gosh, did I just land right on... I landed directly on a tornado, my bad. Like I could tell. There we go. Okay, so let me know if you see one that's going counterclockwise. These are all clockwise. I'm thinking it might be by itself. There's the really big one, and there's the group of like 5 or 6 smaller ones. Are there any more? Let's see, these all look like they're going the same direction. No, this one right here. This one is going counterclockwise. Okay, let's get sucked into this one and see what happens. Whoa, there we go. Hey, now we can go directly into this area? We haven't been in here yet. Oh, ouch! Did I just break my ship? Is there another way in? Hold on. Let me try flying around this thing. Oh, this is creepy. Do I still have power? I think I'm moving. It's hard to tell. Maybe there's another entrance. There are these weird jellyfish things. I don't know what their deal is. Yeah, I guess getting close to them doesn't scare them away or anything. Are they providing the electricity to this thing? Maybe we have to disable their shield or something. There's also this red spot right here. What is the deal with that? Can I pass through right here? I don't know. Oh, it just went away. That was weird. Maybe I'll try to pass through, and it seemed like it zapped me. But I can see like a tree. Ah, ouch. Okay, let me get out of here. Let's see if I have more luck outside of the ship. I'm guessing I'm still going to get zapped and killed, but you got to try, right? We got to try. Nope, doesn't like that either. Okay. No! I did not repair my ship fast enough, guys. Dang it. Okay, that's beyond repair. Once that... oh, look at that. There's like a satellite in there. Can I get down to there? What's it? Oh, that's part of my ship. I think that's part of my ship. Okay, so I guess my hope is that there's some little section of this big ball of energy that you can actually pass through. However, I'm probably going to lose all of my, I guess, fuel. Actually, I can't even use my fuel in here, can I? I'm just kind of swimming. I guess I'm going to lose all my oxygen trying to find a way in. There's also these red spots. I wonder if it's red if you can pass through. No. No, you cannot. Damn, I don't remember any satellite. There wasn't. I think it was like an antenna from our ship or something. Whoops. Oh man, the mystery grows. There could be other things in here besides this, but I think this is it. I don't think there's anything besides this big ball. We just need to get inside there, because you can definitely see there's other things in that big ball. Looks like I could swear I see a tree. You know, maybe I should try my launcher. Whoa, bye. No, that doesn't work. Should I try this tool? Nope, nothing there. You know what? It looks like we're heading towards like the South Pole side of the planet. Let's keep doing that and see if there's something there. Also, these jellyfish things might help us get through. I don't know. Okay, we're at that now. It still looks electrified. Maybe it's not as electrified. No, it's still pretty dark. Ow. Okay. Oh, that jellyfish almost disappeared when I did that. I wonder, can we do something to the jellyfish? I missed somehow. Let me try it again. It bounces right off of him. Okay. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is check out the North Pole, I guess, of this planet and see if there's anything else on that side. Nice, Nate. All done for the day. That's fantastic. Feels good to get all those chores done. You're like, all right, I can relax and not feel guilty that I'm just procrastinating and putting everything off, right? Uh-oh, I think I'm getting too close. Oh, I wonder if we have to go to where that big tornado thing is. I wonder if that can push us down further. We're almost to the north side of the planet. Just looking at our little GPS on the left-hand side. That's where that red spot is. very relaxing music here, but I don't see any distinguishing features or anything here. Oh, walk the pups, have fun, give them a good walk. They love that so much, don't they? And then there's this little planet or island right here, but I think if I go up there, I've left the thing I tried so hard to get through. I got 3 minutes of oxygen remaining. Yeah, I don't know. So is it either I'm missing an item that although this game doesn't really give you items. Like I haven't really found any new tools or abilities. So I don't know if I'm even missing something like that to get in the center. But I feel like there's more to it than this. We could check the computer when my oxygen eventually runs out. But I don't know that's going to tell me, like, I discovered anything significant just by getting through that tornado into the water. Yeah, I definitely see something in there. Maybe something we can do on this planet that disables all these jellyfish? I don't know if it's the jellyfish that are actually causing this. Maybe I should try touching a jellyfish. That always feels great, doesn't it? Has anybody been stung by a jellyfish? I'm about to be. Ouch. Oh, I think we're dead. Not much I can do there. Well, let's check the computer, see if we actually learned anything from that. I don't think we did. Look at all this flashback. Me just underwater, going around this big thing. That was pretty much that entire trip. Okay, so let's get in the computer and see what new notes we got for the day. We've definitely discovered quite a bit. Let's see how many new things we have. Oh yeah, we haven't even looked at this since we discovered the green giant, which was most of the discoveries today. Yeah, look at all this we open up here. Now, anything about the tornadoes specifically? There's the tornado simulation, and it talks about the rare type that goes counterclockwise. Ocean depths, here we go. The ocean is surprisingly calm beneath the current. Some sort of electrical field surrounds the planet's core. That might be all we need to know. I don't know if there's really a way past there. Now we could go back and talk to Gabbro and let them know all the things we discovered, of course. I don't know, so many ideas, so many things to check out. We also haven't really found out a lot about the Ash Twin project. There's definitely some stuff we need to do to understand exactly what that was all about. They were trying to store their memories there. And then they were trying to talk about, like, okay, does putting your memories there actually, like, put you back in time? Because it's kind of like your consciousness. It's a weird thought. Oh, and then there's stuff about the statues. That's right. Which we haven't found another active statue that lights up and looks at us like we found in our hometown. But we did find another statue that does look just like it. Just wasn't active. And there's still a lot more to find out about this quantum moon. So on Brittle Hollow, the phantom moon would sometimes appear in the sky. And on Ember Twin, observed that a moon would disappear when no one was watching. Kind of like those black kind of obelisk sort of things. Those things disappear every time you turn around and they move. It's weird. So that's something we definitely need to look at. That could even be the key. What do they call it? The eye of the galaxy or something? Could have something to do with that moon that's moving around. Now here it says the Nomai named Solomon landed the shuttle on Quantum Moon's south pole and prepared to make the rest of the journey on foot. Visitors to the Quantum Moon always arrive at the South Pole for reasons unknown. So it doesn't matter how you reach it, you always land on the South Pole? That's interesting. Now what does that have to do with this, though? We've been to the North Pole of Brittle Hollow. That's where there's that teleporter. See, and this is where it gives you a clue that there's more you have to do. So we've been to the gravity cannon, and it's a huge cylindrical structure that generates a strong gravity field. I recall the Nimoy shuttle from the Quantum Moon, but there's more to explore here. So I guess everything that we've discovered that has a little orange tick on it like that, we need to go back to and do more. Like here in the Hanging City. We've been here, but we haven't actually done everything there. Okay. Well, that's probably what we'll start next time, I think. We'll come back here and start picking apart the places we've been to that says there's still more to discover, because I think we've explored most every planet to some extent. I'm sure we haven't found everything. We haven't been to the moon yet, that Quantum Moon, but we've, I think, explored the main places. So we can start digesting each little place and make sure we cross them off our list here when it says there's more to discover. It might help us get to the next final places and kind of put everything together. What a wild game. We got a lot done. I'm happy we both made it to that observatory and got through those funnels to find the center of that. I guess the only important thing about that is that it was electrically charged. Maybe we can use that to our advantage somehow. I'm not sure. But how crazy is this game? And I guess every time you quit the game, it resets your loop, which is perfect. You don't want to start necessarily in the middle of a loop. All right.